inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Get faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just picking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Say I'm good-hearted, but I'm just getting started. Got my eyes on the target. No, no. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Broke all the cages, no, I won't sit and take it. No, no. They left me for dead, I guess I'll never learn. Every time I break, there's just more pain to burn. they'll never, never, never learn. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. I'll never run. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty.
We gon' turn the crib into a club like Hennessy and Buddha screaming thug life. Get it, baby, you know I'm the plug, right? Fucking got a feeling that it's gonna be a long night. Whoa, everything I touch turn cold. Need no introduction, 'cause they know Brit and Mo. I hit the lotto, my motto. Roll up gelato and throttle a couple models staccato who fucking brought up the bottles. I'm gone ham. This ain't even luck, all planned. Y'all know who the fucks I am. Burning bucks, smoke bands. Always been the MO since the start of this, and now I'm on a mission like I'm Artemis. Hey, we gon' turn the crib into a club like Hennessy and Buddha screaming thug life. Get it, baby, you know I'm the plug, right? Fucking got a feeling that it's gonna be a long night.
You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, 'cause you should know only fools tread with the angels. Fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment, 'cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption.
One's a company, two's a crowd, three's a party coming, move around like fresh brush when the school is out, when the booze is up, when the sun is down. Enjoy fat lady sings. Oh, you a trip, cause me and you, we got a thing. My sunshine state, hair curly like a string. Just a big ol' ooh, smile, that's about all you gotta bring. So enjoy the ride, got some pillows in the Chevy. Like a darling, loaded and heavy. Take your time, let me know when you're ready. Couple months, I've been messing with you steady. Open for plans tonight. Lost in the afterglow. Oh, girl, your love for me, it's calling me, so I'm calling you. Lord, give me life to find. I long for your company. Oh, girl, your love for me is a part of me, my biology. Самолет несет меня, будто в кулаке зажав великан. В иллюминаторе земля. Самолет несет меня, большой стальной великан. В иллюминаторе земля. Open for flights tonight. Lost in the afterglow. Oh, girl, your love for me, it's calling me, so I'm calling you. Lord, give me life to find. I long for your company. Oh, girl, your love for me is a part of me, my biology.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once a wise warrior said that, preparation is half battle won. And I hope that, all these teams are actually prepared themselves in such a way that they can win half the battles even before it started. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the World Esports Cup. With me is going to be Mridul. I know the whole tournament is going to be sponsored by Infinix Smartphone and India Today Gaming. I know that you guys also know this very well, but still welcoming my co-caster Mridul on the stage at this point of time. I want to ask you one small question. Do you really think that you're prepared for the day?
Well, yes, exactly. I'm fully prepared for the day, as now is the time that we witness the day number three of the grand finals of the World Esports Cup. I'm pretty much
Yep.
sure that it's been a great, great journey till now that the teams have been performing from each and every region. But now that they
Yeah.
have got all the experience against each other from day one and day two, they've got all the learnings, they've got all the mistakes, and now they just need to cover up those mistakes because it is the time that they get serious and just play exactly how they got to play.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, as I said, the preparation, what they have done for the previous day actually shows out in everybody's gameplay, right? The first
Yeah,
day, we saw that there were two teams who were actually prepared for it, and they came out of syllabus for most of them. And one is going to be CHEMIN
yeah,
Esports, the other one is going to be Orangutan Elite. Like, these two teams
yeah.
actually knew what are the mistakes they had done in the previous day. They rectified it, they played really well, and they outnumbered 2B gamers who were on the top of the table, where we have Orangutan Elite on the top right now with 130 points. Right behind them is CHEMIN Esports with 124. At 124. But at the same time, what's the best part about this tournament? I know that every single country will have their own fans cheering for them. Every single teams will have their own fans cheering for them. But it looks like the Indian fans are going to have smiles on their face because all four teams of the Indian chapters are actually in the top six.
Well, yes, exactly. Because if you take a look over the overall scoreboard, which we are going to see before we begin with the matches, but definitely it is a great, great thing to see here right now that top four of India. That means all the four teams who qualified from the Indian regional finals are there in the top six. And what better to watch out for? 2B Gamer was at the top after the day number one ended, but yes, they have been dethroned by Orangutan Elite, getting two booyahs on the day number two and performing consistently. Yes, Kemen Esports was also out of chatter because definitely it is the Kalahari map where they are too strong to be defeated, and they showed why they are called the Kings of Kalahari.
Absolutely. But at the same time, I had a little bit of a time to go back and look at the chat. Really happy with the audience. There's so much of positive vibe over there. Each and every country will have their fans cheering for the team, irrespective of which team which country they're representing. And I do believe that, most of them will be looking forward for it. And I also have to say this, that yesterday, the battle was actually fought by the Pakistan teams, to be specific, because they knew that they were getting taken down every single time. There is one thing which is pretty much common in all of these things, right? That is, the
Yeah.
Indian teams tend to fight out their own country mates in the beginning of the game. There is
Mhm.
and even in the rotation clashes, we are able to see that they always come to attack one another. But what are these people playing for is going to be the bigger question. For now, it's going to be the prize pool coming up. A total of 75 lakh rupees on the first place is going to take home 35 lakhs.
Well, yes, exactly. As we move forward to the second place, they'll be taking home 15 lakhs with them. After that, the third place will be also getting 8 lakh INA. Talking about the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth places, they'll be having 6, 4, 2, 1.5 and 1 lakh respectively for their positioning. After this tournament ends on the day number 5, that is 14th of January. Well, if you talk about the bigger and the better titles, that is a fan favorite team, the MVP, the best IGL, the best clutch, and the best underdog team. Definitely, these titles are also up to hold out for because each of them would be also having 50,000 in their part.
Absolutely, but I really love the way these titles are going to be given to those players, because ultimately we all know there are few teams which came out, performing really well when it comes to the group stages as well as the chapters of the respective countries, and proved, most of them have proved to us that they can be the underdogs. So let's see which of those teams will be getting those underdog title, because ultimately that is going to be giving them a lot of fan following in the first tournament they played itself. So all these things said and done, Mridul, as we were speaking, yesterday, the games have gone in so well, right? I know that
Yeah.
there are only three teams who have got more than one booyah. One is going to be 2B Gamers, one is going to be CHEMIN, and one is going to be Orangutan, right? But there are other teams who have gained at least one booyah for themselves, like the Arrow, the
Yeah.
Guardians, Team Hotshot, Legend Style, Dada Gang, Came Brotherhood.
Team
Like all
Brotherhood.
these
Yeah.
teams, yeah, all these teams have actually got one booyahs for themselves. But I know that the teams who have actually not got booyahs for themselves will be looking forward for something big today, because ultimately this is the final chance for them, especially for teams like TONDE Gamers and Five Mutants. They have to step up. And Five Mutants, let me remind you, the team from Pakistan is, it's phenomenally well in maintaining their momentum, because they are the team without a booyah, still trying to fight it out in the 8th or the ninth position. So I do believe
Yeah.
they'll have a very good chance to make it into the top.
Well, yes, exactly, and that is what we are seeing right now. That KM Brotherhood, they just got one Boya yesterday, and even after that, they have performed consistently when it's talked about the bottom three. If you talk about the schedule for the day, that is the grand finals day number three. Yes, it is going to be same. We are going to start off with Bermuda, then a Purgatory, then Kalahari, and then repeating the same cycle. After the break, we'll be having the Bermuda, Purgatory, and Kalahari for the second time and getting repeated. So total six maps in a day. That means now that we are going to end up with the day number three today, we are going to have 18 maps done. And for day four and day five, we'll be left out with only 12 maps to get our champion for the World Esports Cup.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward for all these things to happen as soon as possible because after the first three games, we'll be midway, exact midway to the grand finale.
Oh,
So
yeah.
then is when most of the teams will be looking forward to bounce back. As I said, preparation is going to be the key for most of these teams, but at the same time, the teams on the top, consistency is going to be the key for them. So all these things said and done, Bridul, we have been speaking about one bigger question, which I keep asking you every single day. You know, apart from the points table, right? We all know how the points
Mhm.
table actually, even yesterday we were able to see that most of those teams of the Indian teams are dominating over there. Which Pakistan team do you think is going to be the team to look out for today?
Well, according to me, the Pakistan team to look out for is going to be Legend Style Esports. As yesterday, they had a Booyah in their hand, and once again, being the consistent ones, they have been performing consistently throughout the first 2 days, and that is what you need to be the title to the champion of the World Esports Cup.
Absolutely. I agree with you on this. That legend style will be looking forward for it. But now the points table is going to be like this. As I say points table, I'm not speaking about the points already gained. I'm speaking about the points as to how to gain those points. So the team to secure Boya, the team to get the first rank is going to get 12 points for themselves. From the second to the 10th position, the number is going to deplete or descend from 9 to 1. So the second position is going to get 9, third is going to get 8, fourth is going to get 7, and so on until the 10th position is going to get 1 point for themselves. The 11th and the
Yeah.
12th position on the other end is going to go with empty hand, and all they have to rely on is on kill points. And when I say kill points, 1 point is rewarded for every kill any teammate is going to be receiving.
Well, yes, exactly. Looking forward to the points table. Goes on till the 12th position where you'll be having no points for your position. And after that, the most important line, if two or more teams after the round has ended or after the map has ended, the map wise scoreboard, if they'll be having the same number of points, the team with more kill points will be placed above them. And we have seen this pretty much happening in the map wise scoreboard till now because no team till now has the same number of points on the overall scoreboard. But if you talk about the map wise scoreboards, we have seen some teams getting 6 points, and even if they had like only two placement points, but they had four kills, that is why they were placed two positions above their enemy team.
Absolutely. But once before we step into the game, I really want to look at the overall points table and see which team is standing where and what the
Yeah.
differences are. I know that in yesterday's stream, we were able to put it forward for those people who are new into the stream. This is for you guys. But at the same time, do not forget to subscribe to the channel as well as click on the like button because every time you like a video, it's going to be a pat on the shoulders of the casters that we have been doing well. And I do believe the production is also consider that as a pat on their shoulder because one of the most I would like to say the one of the most colorful, one of the most precise production is coming in from Platonia, and I'm really enjoying all these things. Even though there are a few names which I want to call out from the productions, I know I can't do that much, right? Because
Yeah.
of the lack of
Yeah.
time. Yes, we'll be looking at the overall points table as of now. Orangutan Elite, 4 Indian flags. They are swaying
Oh.
high at this point of time. So that's going to be Orangutan Elite on the top with CHEMIN Esports. With the difference of just 6 points between these two, 130 goes to Orangutan and CHEMIN with 124.
Pretty much easier for you now, Urka, that we are going to witness the flags with the teams as moving forward to the second position. We have Kemeni Sports with 124 points, a 6 pointer difference. Yes, it can be covered pretty much easily. And today we are going to have a lot of decisions made because after that we'll have only two last days of the grand finals left. 3 days are done. 2B Gamer are going to have 122 points after the day number two has ended. On the fourth position, we are going to have Arrow Esports with 180 points with a 4 pointer difference. And then we have Legend Style Esports with only one single Booyah, but still they have 112 points.
I mean, I'm just awestruck at this point of time looking at 4 Indian flags, literally. And I know that,
Yeah.
coming from India, you'll have that momentum built in you that you want to cheer up for your favorite team. But ultimately, we all can understand this that, we can hope that the Indian flags are flying high. But let's not forget our brothers around the borders. We have Nepali sports. To be gamers are one of those teams to watch out for. They are it's just 8 points away from grabbing the title yet again. So they can do some
Exactly.
amazing wonders. They have a really good momentum for themselves as well. But right behind them, we are able to see that the Pakistan chapter are also one of those teams who are not letting go of the positions they're holding. I see one Pakistan chapter, one Pakistan team on the top, but Hotshots, Five Mutants, and the Guardians are those teams who actually come out to perform something phenomenal. We are able to see that they can maintain the momentum. We are able to see that sometimes they go for an all out brawl, even though they do not have the rank points. They rely on kill points sometimes. So and if they have to rely on placement points also, they are doing an amazing job. So we'll have to look out for these teams. But on the other side, it's going to be Tonde Gamers, the only team from the Nepal chapter who are kind of fumbling, and they're kind of not able to come forward. But Dada Gang and Kim Brother on the other side, every now and then they're making a noise. It's a high time and very high chances for them to make a good sound today.
Well, yes, exactly, Akav. We have been discussing then after the first three maps for today will be midway for the grand finals. And according to me, when we'll be there at the midway, definitely some decisions have to be made from each and every team's side.
Yep.
Well, if we talk about the bottom half of the table, there is kind of a big pointer difference, because if you count all the number of points, there's a 19-point difference from total gaming going towards the seventh position the team had. So, like, having those 19 points takes one single match to cover it up, but definitely when we'll be halfway, you'll have more 15 maps. And according to me, the top six being too close, they'll be having a battle amongst themselves to just stay onto their positions. And one single game going bad from this point of view is going to result pretty bad for them after we are done with the first 15 games.
Yeah, but absolutely. But at the same time, one more point is there. When the tops are fighting out with one another, the teams on the
Yeah.
bottom can take advantage of it. We have
Well,
always
just
told that
advantage,
my
yeah.
enemy's enemy is my friend. Yeah, so they'll be trying to, counter it out. They'll be wanting the teams on the top to make mistakes, and they're going to capitalize on it, and they'll be looking forward for it. As I said, the preparation is going to be the key for day number 3. But at the same time, it's a do or die situation for the teams on the bottom. So let's see how things will
Yeah.
go forward. For the first 15 games have gone into the favor of Indian chapter. I'm not telling that it's going to continue the same way, because the next 15 games, there's going to be new strategies coming up. There's going to be new gameplays coming up from each of these countries, each of these teams.
Yeah.
So let's see how that will turn out. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be stepping into the first map of the day. That's going to be the map of Bermuda anytime soon. But I want you guys to do one thing for us. Please share it among your friends and make sure they come over here and enjoy this game, because after the first 3 games, or probably even before the start of the first game, you guys need to understand this, that this is going to be a very close call when it comes to the championship, because right now the differences is not more than 100.
Well, yes, exactly. And we have to thank our sponsors, Infinix Smartphones, with the Infinix Note 11S, Ishq 104.8 FM as our radio partners, India Today Gaming to organize this tournament, and Platonia with some amazing production from their side as our broadcast partners. So definitely you can follow their social media handles, that is Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Given in the descriptions, you can follow India Today Gaming and Infinix India for some amazing giveaways, as we see some CGs also popping up on the stream. Make sure to like the stream and also share it among your friends, because definitely you need not miss this action of the grand finals, where the champion will be crowned on the 14th of January. Let's move forward with the first game of the day that is going to be played on Bermuda, as the teams are all set and the game is right on the corner.
Absolutely. But at the same time, one good thing is that, Jan 14th is going to be the champions. They'll have 1 month to prepare for themselves to give somebody something special. All these things said and done. Hopefully, few people could understand what I put forward at this point of time. And if you have understood what I was referring to, please do not forget to spam it on the chat and tell me what I was referring to. But at the same time, do not forget to spam out your favorite teams when it comes to this tournament. Which team is actually capable of taking it on the top? We were able to see that Orangutan Elite was one of those teams which have come out in flying colors when it comes to day number 2. So according to you, Mridul, which is going to be that team which will be able to come out as a flying colors on day number 3?
Arrow Esports is going to be my choice because I had a word with my buddy on the Hindi desk, Arrow IB himself, the team owner. So I think so. Arrow Esports can win the game number one. As we begin with the first game of the day, that is Infinix Smartphone presents the World Esports Cup Grand Finals Day 3, map number 13. Right now, coming live in front of our screens as we have our eyes on Team Dada Gang, and let's see what the plane path is looking like.
Oh my goodness, the plane path is going right, almost to the center is what I would like to say. But if any flight path is going over Bhima Sakti Strip, it's more than enough for most of these teams to not get into any kind of skirmishes. Just go to your drop locations, loot, and then try to strategize things against one another. For now, we are able to see that Total Gaming has gone to their usual drop location. There's a split coming in from Mafia Bala. And for those in the chat who are asking me, where is Fawzi Ajay? Where is Fawzi Ajay? And there he is, coming back to the team of Total Gaming, giving the strength which they were required so far. And I do believe from now onwards, Total Gaming is going to be having a very, very different view altogether towards this game. All these things said and done, the northern side of the map looks really strong as 3 teams of India is over there and 1 team to be gamers. So all the table toppers are on the northern side of the map. On the southern side, we are seeing the Tonde gamers are looking forward to go for Sentosa, where they're going to have that privilege of looting in the blue zone.
Well, I had a word with Oro on the Hindi desk that he had a talk with Mafia Bala that Team Total Gaming is going to come up with Fawzi Ajay for sure because the rotations are not working out for them, right, Arka? When you talk about Total Gaming, they are being aggressive, they are getting those kills, and some of the matches are landing well, and that is one of the main key reasons that they're still in the top 6. But Total Gaming, we know for the IGL that the Fawzi Ajay, the experience he has, definitely we sometimes talk about his close range, that his close range is not good. But if you talk about his experience and his IGLing power that the team has, we never look out for the frags that he gets, right? And if you talk about CHEMIN Esports, yet they are also coming to the top. There is not much of a difference as they are on the second position with just a 6-point difference, and even they can get that crown title after the day number 3 ends. Well, if you talk about the next circle, the circle is going to form in and around 1 minute and 40 seconds, where we are going to see how exactly the teams would need to rotate. If you talk about 2B gamers, they have dropped onto their usual drop of Observatory, and yes, loading, just enjoying their loot. Well, Arrow Esports was my choice, and now that they have dropped on Graveyard, I hope so that the circle closes in towards the northern western side.
I mean, I hope so. I am hoping to see another fight happening towards the side of Graveyard. Yesterday, we were able to see that there was a lot of skirmishes, and one team which prioritized zone was actually able to pick it up. And it was a shocker for not only on the English desk. When I went back and saw the other desk were also, kind of in a shock, telling that out of nowhere it was that Orangutan Elite, or probably it was the CHEMIN. No, Orangutan Elite themselves had secured that booyah, in a very unique way where they didn't have to do any kind of hard work. All these things said and done, to be gamers are the teams to watch out for in this specific game, because they would have learned the mistakes what they done yesterday. And looks like they're having the best lineup for today as well. Supreme, Drago, Stalker, and Shibu coming in. So right now you can see that they've already picked up the right amount of loot, and they're flying into the next location where probably the skirmishes are possible because of a small map in Bermuda. We can expect them to come in close proximity to any team as soon as they use a launchpad.
Well, yes, exactly. If you talk about the launch pads have been pretty much working out for both of the teams. We have seen about 2B gamers that if they really want to make those late rotations, as they're looking out for that, they just wait for the circle to close in, and then just one single launch pad from Observatory and they're inside the circle. Talk about Dada Gang, they dropped off near about Clock Tower. After getting their hands on those vehicles, they'll be moving out towards factory, they'll be moving out towards the hangar too, to enjoy some more loot as soon as the zone is about to close in. But if we talk about Hitler, he's already up towards the hangar as he's looking out for some more flank angles and is able to scout some more of the enemies.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to see how Dada Gang will be able to counter it out, because they are also on the radar at this point of time, because they have picked up some really good kills yesterday, and it seems like the rotations are working out. So I know that they'll be looking forward for at least a booyah in the first 3 maps of the day, so that they can continue that momentum to pick up some average points. But at the same time, towards the side of Hangar are 2 teams. One is going to be team number 11, another one is going to be team number 5, and they would have understood with the vehicles moving around that there's a team close by with no early skirmishes. With 5 minutes into the game, we can expect that, as I always say, that we can expect a storm when there's so much of silence. And this storm is going to bring down a lot of bodies, and let's see how things will turn out. LS on the other side, yeah, as we all know, the zone has taken a little bit of a northern shift. We can see that Puchinok is in the corners, so let's see which team will be able to first make it inside the circle.
Well, yes, exactly. As you move forward, only 30 seconds remaining for these teams to decide. As soon as we hear the siren on the 9-second mark, yes, it will be a warning for each and every team that you have completed your loot. You have decided how exactly you want to go about this game. But if we talk about the other team, that is Orangutan Elite, now that they're on the Cape Town. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay. They just clashed onto that wall of one of the houses. I thought there were some shots being fired, but no, those were not the shots. Those That was just a spark by being clashed onto that wall. Oh, there's coming a rotation as Total Gaming is just waiting on this position, and 5 mutants have landed in their territory. Well, this is going to be one of the force fights of the match if a spray down comes from their side.
Absolutely, but at the same time, 5 mutants do not understand what kind of a fight they're trying to take over here. With Fauziajay back into this game, we can expect a very strong, action coming in from their side. Look at that, bullets are being fired at this point of time. The vehicle is on fire. Any second soon, we can expect a body to fall down. That chrono shield is not going to hold much as delete. Oh, look at that. Quetta on the other side is also going to make 5 mutants. First blood will be drawn by the side of Team GG, but still, they were stuck in a skirmish between two people, and I know that Total Gaming has picked up one, but on the other side, I also saw that Quetta had taken on a player of 5 mutants, and 5 mutants at this point of time are on the verge of extinction.
Well, look at that. Warning coming up for all of those teams as a zone is going towards the eastern side of the map. And Team Arrow, CHEMIN Esports, 2B Gamers, look at Team HOTSHOT. They're still outside the blue zone. And they have to make a big rotation. Talk about legend style. Tonde Gamer, yes, they have a blue tier loot available for them, but it is time that they can still wait and go down from the south. They have ziplines available, but they have to be aware of KM Brotherhood already waiting near about the northern side of Koratua. Well, talk about Total Gaming. Now they have OG Elite near about them. Yes, the shots were fired on 5 mutants, and they have got one frag on the enemy team.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to see how things will turn out for the side of Total Gaming with the new IGL coming in. But at the same time, that is going to give a lot of confidence as well as independence to Mafia Bala, one of the best assaulters in this game. He was restricted. He had to use his brain more towards, rotation and all those things. But in this game, he doesn't have to worry about anything else because the bigger brains have come down to pick up the hard work. And right now, he'll be concentrating on going into the assaults. And we all know with that vehicles what he's capable of. And let's see how well they'll be able to execute it. Team DG on the other side, OGs on the other side are pretty much close to Total Gaming. So these teams actually know that, these are the times where we'll be close with one another. And I know that the team is actually, dropping into the jaws of death. That's going to be the side of DADA gang. Hitler will be getting taken down by Total Gaming. Let's see. Oh, it's Deleter himself who's picking up the kill as well. OGs could have stolen the kill, but it looks like, they're not able to do most of it. Mafia Bala gets taken down because of Iconic, and then exchange comes in from the side of Mafia. Two of the best players, blocking horns at this point of time. We can see this trade is only going to burn resources and nothing else. So OGs and Total Gaming are going to restrict themselves, not come out in the open and try to tag one another. But Total Gaming on the other side have to look out as they're getting sandwiched in the bridge. From one side, I'm able to see team number 9 coming in, and from the other side, I'm able to see that it's team number 11. So now they have to change this location and go away, or else they might be in a bit of a trouble.
Talking about the other teams now that Total Gaming has got one more frag for them. They're just wanting to wait at this position, placing those landmines, and that is how you get forward to the early rotations from the man himself, the Igel himself, Fauziajay, making Total Gaming do some early rotations and just holding a good position in the circle. That is the man, Total Gaming, Fauziajay for you. But there goes Lure with a parapet spray on the vehicle as one of the players from Legends goes down. There goes another player. Lure with the parapet spray is not going to leave the other player also behind. And now 2 kills in the hands of Team Tonde Gamers. That was such a beautiful spray as the vehicle also bursted down to its life. And another circle forming up on all of those teams with the early rotations. Now that Total Gaming has the center circle, let's look forward to a beautiful ending to the first map.
Absolutely, but Total Gaming's hometown is going to be the side of Mill, right? We saw that they got in over there, so they'll have an higher advantage when it comes to this spot. They have gone to the center of the map, the very center where they can be tagged from all nook and corners of this map. So they have to watch out for that one point. Team LS on the other side, towards the side of Cape Town, they can expect Tonde Gamers to come in towards that spot. And I do believe that Tonde Gamers, with the kind of spray with the kind of crosshair placement they're having today, they'll be looking forward to get as many kills as possible. We saw Lure's Parafel, right? It was on spot. It took down. It was complete headshots, is what I would like to call. I mean, in case it was someone else, I don't think so it would have been that precise. But on the other side, CHEMIN Esports, Arrow Esports were trying to push their luck against the side of CHEMIN Esports, and it looks like Arrow Esports is going to pay the price. Score. No need of reloading was the point, but ultimately they chose to reload and they lost these players out of their crosshairs. But for now, the CHEMIN Esports is able to see that two men split gameplay coming in from the side of Arrow. Shino is in a lot of trouble at this point of time. His HP is going down to nil at this point of time. Oh, but Prad on the other side gives the right kind of tag, puts down Radhe Thakur. I know that he can be eventually picked up, but Shino at this point of time will be the first person getting taken down and confirmed from the side of Arrow.
Well, that was a beautiful opening for Team Arrow as CHEMIN Esports were wanting to take down Shino, but Prab comes in with one ACAD headshot and Radhe Thakur was on his knees. Picked up right now, there comes a flank angle from the side of RNS and one of his teammates, that is Roshan, going from the right hand side as Shino is still caught on the lower end. Anand cooking up those grenades. Yes, he is available for his team with the man himself, Radhe Thakur, the IGL, leading up in the front as the assault of the fragger of the team. There goes RNSS, caught in the open. Swastik gets a knock on RNSS. Roshan behind that glue wall. Yes, he's fallbacking, but there comes Prab with a perfect grenade on one of the teammates of CHEMIN Esports as Anand is on his knees. Swastik close to his twin brother, as on the right hand side we can see Radhe Thakur still available for a frag. Swastik gets his skill confirmation on RNSS. Prab arrives on the close end battle, but no, there comes HOTSHOT on the lower half as Swastik goes down from the woodpecker. Now Arrow Prab getting completed from Radhe Thakur as Swastik is already confirmed from CHEMIN Esports side. Only one player, only one man remaining from Team Arrow as Roshan is still under the bridge.
But Swastik wouldn't have been losing their life. I don't know how come he lost it. I do understand that there were pressure building up from the side of Arrow Esports, but they could have picked him up very, very easily is what I would like to say. I don't know where he made a mistake. Was he too close to the enemy's crosshairs that he had to get taken down? But Tonde Gamers versus LS, we can see at the side of Cape Town at this point of time, and Tonde Gamers will be leading it from the front as they have eliminated the complete squad, if I'm not wrong. Now Total Gaming rotation. Look at that. They're holding a spot which is still going to favor them. Team HS on the other side is going to make it inside the circle, but in the crosshairs of either 2B Gamers or towards the side of Total Gaming. Team DG on the other side will also have to look out for CHEMIN Esports rotation, because we all know CHEMIN Esports likes to take the corners and make it inside the circle where they'll have control of the zone from the northern side itself.
Well, Urka, we cannot even forget Team Orangutan Elite. They dropped off on the side of Cape Town and they also have the zone available for them quite easily. And it's upon their rotations right now which exact position they look out for. There goes Arrow Roshan with a shotgun shot on Radhe Thakur. He wasn't expecting him, and that is one of the main reasons he'll be having those shots fired. Will Roshan confirm the guy? No, he won't be confirmed. And Anand was there for the perfect cover. With that, it's done and dusted.
Oh no.
Team Arrow gets eliminated at 11, but there's 2B Gamer having their eyes on CHEMIN Esports as CHEMIN Esports is on a lower ground.
But they killed Radhe Thakur.
Yes,
that's
exactly. The Radhe Thakur, and you know Arka. You know, Arka,
that was a very bad loss.
Yes, exactly. And you know what is going to happen. As soon as CHEMIN Esports loses Radhe Thakur, will they be going down is going to be a bigger question.
Absolutely, but at the same time, CHEMIN Esports having the lower ground advantage at this point of time. We know this is the only map where lower ground can actually give you a little bit of an advantage, especially towards the side of Mill. So CHEMIN Esports will have to survive for placement points from here on. Let's see how well that is going to turn out for them as they have the zone control as well. As of now, it's going to be Wizardo with no health kits, just one in his name. So that's also a point of concern for the side of CHEMIN Esports. I don't understand why they have not got the right kind of loot. In Total Gaming on the other side is in close proximity with the Guardians, and they're actually doing doing the damage against the Guardians. As we can see that Total Gaming with 2 frags already in their name, they do not have to worry about anybody backstabbing them. Mafia on the other side takes down Quetta. Now the confirmation has to come in. Drago on the other side is trying to push in from the side of the Guardians. We have to see whether he'll be able to give the right kind of backup. He throws in a grenade, and I wonder what kind of a grenade this is going to be, because ultimately it's going pretty much close to Quetta. KB Nuvi on the other side is going to confirm the complete squad of CHEMIN Esports and shut them out. But as of now, we are able to see that, you know, Team 2B Gamers is trying to do their best and try to take the chunk away from Total Gaming and grab the kills of the Guardians.
Well, I'm quite impressed from Team HOTSHOT, rotating from the Rim
nice.
village, and they're onto the circle already as they're getting a knock on 2B Gamers, and that is the man himself, Drago GRG, on his knees while the other team is already in the front. Yes, he goes down as he was on some another angle to pick up some frag, but there goes Stalker with the MA2B, and there comes the AWM within his hands to just get one shot connected and get a kill confirmed for himself. TONDE Gamer Lure with the grenade launcher, with the hand cannon, gets a kill confirmed for his team. Now that 2B Gamers has got one frag, another player from Team HOTSHOT also on his knees, that is Sikka. One more frag is also what they want, but Mafia is already up for the frags as he's just spraying down on each and every side available. There goes Stalker with the Moko ability and gets another frag for the team. Sikka was revived, but this time he won't be left behind as another frag is there in the hands of Team HOTSHOT. DADA gang, the last player Kakle was surviving, but got spotted by Lure and got confirmed by that deadly M1887.
Oh, Pahadi, the sniper comes in over here. He's got a knock for himself. Let's see whether he'll be able to convert it as well. Total Gaming on the other side. They want to hold the corners of the circle as well as not get taken down. 3 kills is what they've attained right now. Anas is in a very, very vulnerable spot. We have to see whether Fawziajai will be able to do it. He's using the brains at this point of time. Pahadi confirms 1. Novi also confirms. The snipers are doing the job is what I would like to say. Stalker on the other side. Now concentration towards the side of Total Gaming. Let's see whether he'll be able to put on bodies. They have a very good hard cover at this point of time. And we all know that Mafia is also one of those players from their side who can actually exchange blows when it comes to snipers. But at the same time, let's not forget that 2B Gamers will have a lot more to chew because they have other teams right to the left of them. HOTSHOTs on the other side is also trying to, tag them out. They're going to get just UMPs and all those things. But grenade launchers is something to watch out for. OG Elites on the other side still not coming into picture. Shovel almost getting taken down. Probably will be confirmed in 8 seconds soon. He's got that SVD in his hand which he can put off good use. But let's see whether he'll be able to do it.
Two-Face just knocking himself with that grenade as OG Elite makes a big and a good decision. He just come into the fight late, and now all of the teams outside the circle are fighting against them, whereas OG Elite already having their ground set on a lower ground in the circle. As Pahadi is going to get that headshot connected. He's the man for the team picking up all those kills. Iconic gets a knock with the grenade, and Team HOTSHOT is out of the game at the 7th spot. Oh, 2B Gamer arrive in the circle, but that's too late for them to arrive at this spot as 2B Gamer Supreme gets a knock on one of the team. Team TG gets eliminated at the 5th spot. Team Brotherhood is also out of the game, and now we have the top 4 of this circle. 2B Gamer, only Stalker is the man surviving on that bike ride. He's going to get a lot of damage from the circle. Is he going to get the kills? Is a big question at this moment. Only 10 seconds remaining, and the red circle is about to close in. Total Gaming Delete still surviving in the top 4.
Absolutely, but at the same time, look at the number of people still alive. Total Gaming have 3 men standing, and this is the Total Gaming the fans were looking out for. Fawziajai with the vehicle is trying to lurk around. He's trying to say that only not you. I'll show you how to write things out. Mafia on the other side is going to take down 5 mutants, and I do believe that Total Gaming are on the verge of securing the first booyah for the day. It's going to be OG Iconic, the last man standing. He has a lot of job to do. He has 2 players in front of him, but Mafia is going to land the final bullet, and the first booyah of the day is going to be registered by Total Gaming. And in style as Fawziajai makes it back into the team.
Fawziajai is back. Mafia gets his hands on the M1887 and he's up for all those frags, and the sniper rifle goes in the hands of Mafia Bala, the sniper of the year. This is what the OG team is. These are the OGs. These are the original gangsters. Total Gaming. As soon as Fawziajai arrives, they have a booyah within their hands.
Absolutely, but at the same time, let's not forget the work of, team Orangutan Elites, because they're trying to hold the top
Wow.
position. They have understood that no matter how hard it is for the others, we are going to make sure that we hold the top position and give the best of what we can. But at the same time, the second team, or the team which I love the most, which has performed really well, is going to be 2B Gamers, because at one point of time I really thought they're going to get eliminated. 5 Mutants as well. They had one last man standing, and he was there. He made sure that he brings his team to the top 4 or the top 3. Those placement points is going to again give them an average of 5 to 6. So let's not forget the bigger picture over here. We have to see how many kills has each of these teams grabbed. I know the Total Gaming had around 3 to 4 kills before they entered into the final circle, and ultimately they were able to put up on another 3-4. So they'll have a total of 7 at least, as we'll be able to see the map wise scorecard. For me, more than any team, it has to be the team of 2B Gamers. They were holding a very, very good spot. Stalker from one side was actually doing the job with the snipers. It's just that they were not ready to look down below them and see what's happening, and that's the only reason why they got taken out. But Total Gaming, they were holding only one spot. They knew that that one truck is more than enough for them to have that cover, and eventually they converted this into a booyah, and an amazing job done by the side of Total Gaming.
Well, yes, exactly. And you cannot forget KM Brotherhood too. They landed in the top 5 once again. So that now that they're picking up the pace, I would like to add 2B Gamer and KM Brotherhood as the names that I have in my mind, because both of them performed pretty much amazingly. But I think Orangutan Elite and Total Gaming in this match deserve all the kudos from our side. And I think we can just ignore all the teams at this part, because look at Orangutan Elite. They made a late rotation. They had the area of Cape Town, and they knew the zone is going to land right in front of them on the north of Cape Town. What they had to do was just make a late rotation, go down, make a castle for themselves on a lower ground, and they made it. They had all the glue walls, utilities, not wasted, but perfectly utilized at that moment. When they had the glue walls, they made a castle, and they were having the second spot for themselves. Total Gaming was just undefeatable because they were on a roll in getting those kills. And Mafia, the man himself, when he gets that shotgun, when he gets his hands on the Groza, he's nowhere to be stopped.
I mean, what's the best part for me? Just tell me what is common in all these people, okay? This is for the chat as well. Do not forget to tell me. I know that Mridul will be telling it out as soon as I read it out, but Mridul, give them 5 seconds before you do that. The players who actually performed today were Nobi, Pahadi, Stalker, and Mafia. And what are these these 4 players have in common? So do not forget to spam it in the chat, as Mridul will be revealing the answer for you guys in any second now. But at the same time, what do you have to say about these 4 players who have played today?
Well, according to me, I just have one thing in my mind. I know what thing is common between them, okay? But Mafia, this time, as soon as Fauzi Ajay arrives, the role changes. Because Mafia Bala always IGLs when Fauzi Ajay is not there. But this time, Mafia, as soon as Fauzi Ajay arrived, once again, he was the fragger. He is not having his hands on the sniper. Moving forward to the map-wise scoreboard, yes, we have Total Gaming from Team India at the top with 11 kills from this game, 12 ranking points, a total of 23 from the game number 1 of day 3 of Grand Finals. Orangutan Elite just behind them with the second position, 6 kills from this game, and a total of 15 points on the board. Well, at the third position, you have a team from Nepal, that is Team 2B Gamers, 8 ranking points, 4 kill points, a total of 12. Behind them, TONDE Gamer at the 4th spot with 3 ranking points. Mind you, they were eliminated pretty early. But yes, because of the kills, they have been placed above KM Brotherhood, Team HOTSHOT, and another team who is going to be there at the 7th position. With 10 points, they're holding that spot. And on the 5th spot, you have KM Brotherhood. Once again, coming up to the top. They were not able to acquire those kills. But still, getting 9 to 10 points from a game is what we want from their side.
Absolutely. 34 kills is what we're able to see right now on the screens, right? So 34 kills already over here. We will be left out with another 10, which amongst 3 to 4 will be taken by the zone. So I really want to see which are the teams which actually picked it up. And we have seen that it's going to be CHEMIN Esports who picked up 4 frags for themselves. Let's not forget the decimation against Arrow Esports and another player before they got taken down. I know that CHEMIN Esports have just 5 points for themselves, and now 2B Gamers would have, outnumbered CHEMIN Esports to get that second position. Arrow Esports and Legend Style ES, the 2 teams which you felt would be performing well today, have gone down with 0 points for themselves. DADA gang slowly picking up the pace. 5 Mutants, as I said. Look at that. Only rank points is what they've attained. And 1 player was able to successfully bring that 7 points for themselves. Guardians on the other side, again putting 7 points. So let's see. It looks like the Pakistan flags are going to be swaying high in the top 5 by the next game. And I do believe that they'll be able to do it. But on the other side, with Total Gaming coming back over here. Yes, people who couldn't say what these four players have in common, I do believe my co-caster is going to reveal what these four players have in common. All these things said and done. What a gameplay coming even from the side of Team OG, because from yesterday they had to maintain momentum. It looks like they have picked it up.
Well, yes, exactly. And you said that I predicted Team Arrow and Team Legend Style Esports for the first game. Well, I'm quite sure that they're going to pick up that pace from the game number two. But
Absolutely.
if I would have known that Total Gaming is going to come one day early, like just one day early with Fozzy Ajay, oh my god, I would have been pretty much different with my opinion. Also, talk about what these four players have in common. Snipers it is. But I had made a statement. When it's about Fozzy Ajay arriving in the squad of Total Gaming, the role always changes. As now, Fozzy Ajay has only one thing in his mind, and that is to make his team in the center of the circle. Just hold that position, get those kills in the end circle, and get a booyah is what he wants.
Absolutely, but at the same time, the snipers are doing the job. It's a very good thing to see that, that meta is falling back, and all these snipers are coming in from the Nepal as well as the Indian chapters. So in the map of Purgatory, we all know that snipers is going to be the key players, and they'll be looking forward to, come in and dominate as much as possible. But all these things said and done, ladies and gentlemen, all the supporters out there, do not forget to spam your favorite team's name, because the second game is going to be very, very unique. I know that there are teams. This is the best part about the game of Free Fire, right? No matter which boundaries it is. I still remember watching in the chat, and I do want to look at the chat every now and then. There are viewers from Pakistan supporting Total Gaming, because ultimately it's all about the team performing, and it's not about the country itself. This game Free Fire is bringing a lot of people together. Happy to say this, but at the same time, let's look back at what has happened so far. We all know that in the overall points table, Total Gaming is going to come into the top 3 positions. I know that 2B Gamers is going to outnumber the side of CHEMIN Esports and make sure that they come in the second spot. So now a tie between CHEMIN Esports and Total Gaming in the third and the fourth position is a very, very good thing. But for the others, this is the time to pick it up, because ultimately with just one game, if CHEMIN Esports was able to get suppressed, just imagine for the rest of the games, if things don't go their way, how many teams can actually take advantage of it and replace their spot. So hopefully that is what we'll be able to see at least by the third game, so that by the half of the grand finale, we'll have the best teams on the top and the teams who have to have a wake-up call.
Well, yes, exactly. And now is the time, a bleak window for each and every of you present on the chat to share it among your friends, because we are going to dive in on the second game of the grand finals of day 3 that is going to be played on Purgatory. Share it among your friends, like the stream, and also subscribe to the channel of India Today Gaming. Follow our sponsors and India Today Gaming, including Ish 104.8 FM and Platonia, on their social media handles, that is Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. All of the handles are present there down in the description. And India Today Gaming and Infinix Smartphones deserve all the kudos for organizing such tournaments back to back. We had ESPL from June to August. Now we have World Esports Cup from November to January. What more new things are coming? Yes, you have to be there on the social media handles for all the latest updates, as we are now about to begin with the second game of the day that is yet to be played on the Purgatory map.
Absolutely. We'll be stepping into the map of Purgatory. And before we step in, as I said, cheer out for your favorite team, because ultimately that's the most important thing. And let's see which team will be actually dominating the map of Purgatory. Before we step in, as always, I put up a question for you, Mridul. Which team do you think is going to perform amazingly well in the map of Purgatory?
Well, if it's about the map of Purgatory, I have a lot of doubts in my mind, but definitely I'll be still going for one of the teams this time. That is going to be Orangutan Elite, and my second choice is going to be KM Brotherhood for this match. Let's hope that they get a booyah on the map number 2. Moving forward, this is Infinix Smartphone presents the World Esports Cup Grand Finals day number 3, and as we begin with the map 14, the Purgatory is right now live in front of our screen, starting for the plane path. Yes, it begins from Mount Villa going towards the ski lodge, as all of the teams will have their drops available. Yes, Crossroads and Moathouse will be difficult for teams like Total Gaming and Team TONDE Gamer, but if they need to go towards their drop, if they want to go towards their usual drop, they'll definitely go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Tonde gamers have not landed themselves. They're still going to fly into the side of Motows. 5 mutants versus OGs is what we'll be expecting. Two-Face seems to be a little offline, and that is why he's not able to come back into the game. Anytime soon, we can see him picking up the pace and coming back and regrouping with his team. But Walid on the other side is pretty close to Tonde gamers, and that is where he doesn't want to be. But KMBH on the other side, putting their luck towards the side of Team DG, Team OG Orangutans. But Pahadi is the man whom he'll be trying to tag it out. And with the sniper in his hand, we all know how vulnerable that can be. But the love story between Dada Gang and HOTSHOT still not seems to end at the side of Central. And let's see this time which team is going to be patient and allowing the other to make a mistake. We saw that the first time it was Dada Gang, the second time it was HOTSHOT. Now the third time, let's see which team will be fighting it out.
Yes, exactly, because these two teams never just want to leave the area of Central. Both have their usual drop, the same drop, that is the drop of Central, and they have an initial fight each and every time to fight for it. Well, this is a statement by both of the teams that we are not here to leave. One team from the side of Pakistan, one team from the side of Nepal, and this is what a beauty it is. Talk about the positions right now. Only 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining for the teams to decide how exactly they need to go about the next second circle. As the opening comes in, Seka with the ACAT gets a knock on point.
And the confirmation as well, my friend, as we're able to see that Sika with that off angle was able to put down a player with that AC-80. This gun is so deadly when it comes to the initial games. Obviously, without your helmet and vest, 2 bullets is more than enough to put you down, and also another one to confirm you as well. So HOTSHOTs on the other side will be having a confidence held up high. Karkley will be the man to look out for when it comes to Dada Gang, because he's capable of putting a 1v2 or a 1v3 very clearly. He's got that AK in his hand. I do understand how the recoil goes when it comes to that gun, but when it's in the hands of a beast, it's better to watch out for that person. But all these things that they're done, nobody wants to fall back. Look at HOTSHOT's one man in the mini map. He's coming in from behind and trying to backstab them, and he's getting an answer from another player running right behind them. That's going to be Hitler trying to come in close proximity. This could be the beginning of the end for one player of HOTSHOT. That is Hashu. He's tagged out Hitler as much as possible, but now with that max 7, let's see whether he'll be able to put on at least one before he gets taken out. 3 players are going to push in against him. That's going to be Hashu getting taken down, and a confirmation will be coming in as well, as Team TG will be getting the trade equal. But on the other side, the HOTSHOTs are trying to push in and make sure that, this group of DGs together, they'll have all the glue walls burnt out. They'll have everything, all the resources burnt out with just one helmet. Novi wants to fall back. Novi and Kakles needs to stay alive in this game, and let's see how well they'll be able to do it. One small mistake from the high side of HOTSHOTs, as I said, either of these teams will be waiting for the other to make a mistake and capitalize on it, and it looks like both of them have done it.
Arka, if we talk about the position of Team Dada Gang, yes, they have lost one of their teammates, but a good decision, I think so, from their side to just move out, as they have also got a frag. Both of the teams losing out on one player. But we just had an eye at that the other team has lost 2 of their key important players. There goes Sika getting a knock on Karkley. Not easily leaving behind Team Dada Gang, or not easily allowing them, because you were at a territory you cannot just leave behind without a punishment.
Absolutely, but at the same time, Dada Gang is also getting prepared for any kind of push coming in from the side of HOTSHOT. Shovel is trying to push his luck. He's got that helmet and a vest intact, and that is the reason why he's trying to push in, I guess. He's got the plasma as well as an MP40, right? But Novi on the other side has got the close range gun, the best gun for a close range battle, and that's going to be the MP5. So in case he'll be able to put down Shovel, I know the confirmation will be coming any second soon. Novi on the other side is trying to come out in the open. He doesn't realize where Shovel is. Shovel will be able to look at Novi coming in, but both of them were very clever. The presence of mind seems to be working out for both these players, but Shovel has a lot of choice in front of him at this point of time, and so will be Novi, because they're gonna get enough number of guns as well as enough number of grenades as well. Suishino on the other side, again a sniper coming out in the play, trying to do his best. HOTSHOT's trying to push in against Novi. Let's see which person is gonna get taken down over here.
Well, moving forward into the game, Anas is really low on HP, as HOTSHOT is still trying for this fight to go on. They don't have the meds available, but still they are engaging in this one. I don't know why, because both of the teams are low on meds, both of the teams are low on utilities. But there goes Novi.
No.
Will this grenade connect? If this will, there's going to be a big blunder, but no. Novi was down on the stairs. Oh, yes. Literally damaged like a lot to Sika. He was having only 5 HP remaining. if that grenade would have connected perfectly, then there would have been a knock for Team Dada Gang. Sikka also healing up himself, as now both of the teams have all the healings utilized. Dada Gang is still on a split, and Team Hotshot can literally spot them and kill them out.
Absolutely, but hot shots on the other side, they are becoming a little clever. They came in chasing the side of Team DG, but on the other side, they're picking up some loot over here for themselves. Sika is gonna get a health kit to heal himself to the complete potential. CHEMIN Esports on the other side, I've seen 5 mutants are trying to come into the territory. Towards the side of Marble Work is where all these things are happening. Ashu will be the last man over there. It's gonna be Radhe Taco cooking up a grenade in case it lands at the right spot. We all know Ashu's story is gonna end. His HP has come down to a 50%. Another good grenade is gonna end the story for him. It's going to be Two-Face coming to pick him up at this point of time. Let's see if they'll be able to connect the shot. Swastik is trying to do his best. Another grenade goes in. Does the damage for anybody? Swastik is going to land that bullet. Ashu will have to pick up his teammate. Now a push is inevitable from the side of CHEMIN Esports. Let's see whether they'll be able to do it. Now the risk is going to be taken from the side of CHEMIN Esports. Radhe Thakur has gone in a bit more closer. Two-Face and Ashu are pretty much vulnerable at this point of time. Confirmation against at least one player will be coming any second soon, and that is going to be coming in from the side of Radhe Thakur. Now Ashu will have to do a 1v4 in case CHEMIN Esports tries to push in, and it doesn't look like 5 mutants will be able to survive this fight yet again.
Well, yes, there goes a grenade, a perfect grenade from the grenadier, golden hand himself, Radhe Thakur, getting enough, whereas another fight was already going on the fire brigade, and yes, it is completed. Dada Gang will wholeheartedly get a shutdown on Team Hotshot, and they're also out of the game at the 12th spot. Radhe Thakur confirms his kill, but there comes 2B Gamer for a third party as he does heard those shots, and now if they're able to acquire those kills, yes, they'll be able to acquire all the important kills. There goes the spray down from the woodpecker. The vehicle is already bursting down. There goes a grenade. Will they get enough?
Nice.
Now that won't. Supreme getting a lot of shots from Hitler 7. From the M1014, there goes a grenade, there goes an icy grenade. But
nice
Tucker
shot.
was available with those HKS shots as he'll get the kill on his team. And there goes Karkley behind the burst down vehicle, spotted by Chepo. Yes! The last shot connected by Drago GRG. 2B Gamer is going to eliminate Team Dada Gang at 11th spot.
Absolutely, the domination starts to come in from each and every team. I can still see Total Gaming going wild on the chat, and I do believe that, why not when you have Fozzy back into the game? It looks like, whenever I cheer out for Total Gaming with Fozzy coming back, it looks like I'm going to be biased, but that's not the case because they proved themselves in the previous game, and it looks like in this game also they're trying to do their best. Towards the side of Marble Work is where they're holding in the hard cover, where they can take a rotation easily from this position. CHEMIN Esports is also wanting to stay in the same spot. So two of the strongest heads are holding this position. So let's see which team will be actually taking advantage of the zone once it forms in. All these things said and done. Look at the zone for the first time going to a complete western shift, going into the islands of Marble Work and Golf Course. And I want to see which team will be coming in late. We know the 2B Gamers are coming in late, and so will Arrow and KMBH. But the next zone, in case it goes back to Brasilia, that is when the fun is going to start.
Look at that circle going towards the western side. All of the teams moving forward to the Marble Works. Yes, once again, look at Total Gaming making those early rotations, making and predicting all the zones that we have from the side of Fozzy Ajay. Total Gaming. Is it going to be a complete domination day number 3 for them? Well, that's a bigger question because right now they're quite about close to Team CHEMIN Esports, and they might engage in that fight because that is very well possible at this moment.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to see how things will turn out towards the side of Marble Work, because two of the strongest teams are just close to one another. They do not want to take any kind of shots, right? They have understood that in case they try to take shots, it's going to be bad for them. TONDE Gamers on the other side, with just 3 men into this game, are trying to run away from the side of Marble Works. They want to play the corners of the circle, which is a very, very wise decision according to me. In case the zone goes away from them, that is when, they'll be using those vehicles yet again. All these things said and done, Brudul. For now, we are able to see that the zone is taking a western shift. Do you think that, the teams are actually prepared for it, especially the Indian teams, because they tend to play towards the side of Brasilia or towards the side of Fields, and this is the first time they'll be able to counter things off at Marble Works. Do you think they're actually capable of holding this out and getting the booyah for themselves?
Well, yes, exactly. That is quite a possibility that this can once again happen. But Urka, those are the speculations we always make as casters. What is happening at this game, we can see by play that what exactly is there on the kill feed, because we are not there in each and every fight at each and every given moment. Why exactly the team is going out for that pretty much position, why exactly is the team retreating from that fight, is all the questions that needs to be asked from that specific team. But moving forward to the side of Tonde Gamers, they are in this match with only and only 3 players, and yes, already with a disconnected player, can they play this game with only 3 men surviving?
Absolutely. I think that they can, because, once they get to be a little passive, than becoming a little active, things have gone their way. So let's see whether that is going to be happening as well. CHEMIN Esports on the other side, they are not worried about farming for themselves, and that's going to be the bigger point for me. Anand without a helmet, with just one glue wall and 4 health kits, how well is that going to turn out for them? Radhe Thakur on the other side, I wanted to see how many grenades he's got. I know he burnt his grenades at one point of time trying to take down the side of HOTSHOTs, right? So I really want to see the farming which is done by CHEMIN Esports. Is it going to be enough for the rest of the day? But on the other side, Total Gaming looks to be having the higher hand when it comes to farming, because they're summoning some drops as well. They're picking as many as possible. Radhe Thakur with just 4 grenades, 5 health kits. Swastik on the other side with 6 glue walls and 4 healings, 4 med kits for himself. All these things said and done, for the teams, for the players who are leading the fight for the side of CHEMIN Esports, Anand and Weirdo have to make sure that they have the right thing. 5 mutants, Sarges on the other side to the most northern side of the map is pretty much safe. Arrow Esports versus 2B Gamers, pretty much visible on our screens at this point of time. Arrow Esports are having a little bit of a high chances over here. Drago is cooking up a grenade. Will that do the damage? Is going to be the bigger question. No, it's not going to do, as he's going to be getting taken down because of RNS or probably Roshan. Shibo on the other side is trying to run away, but the snipers are not allowing it to happen, as Rohan is going to put him down as well. So Shibu, the last man standing, will be trying to do his best, and let's see whether he's also getting taken down, because right now, both these are looking at him, and Shibu on the verge of extinction for the side of 2B Gamers.
Well, we were just about to see Chivu becoming a ghost rider, as the bike he was riding on was already on the fire. There goes the shot, still connecting because they have spotted the player. He's just behind one single tree, and going forward to the right hand side and left hand side would mean that the shots would be still connected on NXT Chibo. That is 2B Gamers Chibo, the last important player for the side of 2B Gamers, as now we have only 25 seconds remaining for the third circle to close in. Yes, as I said, it is going to be Team OG Elite arriving in the circle at the given moment, and Chibo comes in the open to get some shots on the team, but no, Pahadi will not allow it, and with the Groza spray, he's going to deal the death to Team 2B Gamers at the 10th spot, and now Team OG Elite having a good spot near about golf course.
I mean, I don't understand this, but right now in this game, Party doesn't have a sniper in his hand. In the previous game, when it was a close range battle, he's got a sniper in his hand. So this dilemma always keeps kicking up inside me to think that what is happening. But look at what's happening over here. CHEMIN Esports versus the side of TONDE Gamers can be expected, as TONDE Gamers are stopping themselves pretty much close to the side of CHEMIN Esports. Now 5 mutants, Sargent is also trying to make it inside the circle. He can do a very clever third party or make himself into the jaws of death of KMBH at this point of time. The team to the center is going to be the Guardians, where OGs are going to concentrate their firepower on them, as well as Total Gaming. But let's see how things will turn out, as we're able to see that Guardians have started to lose their player. TONDE Gamers on the other side are trying to push their luck with the grenades, not able to connect any of those. Cripsy gets taken on because of Nobi from far away. Now TONDE Gamers are in a bit of a trouble. If Wizardo and Radha Thakur push at this point of time, they'll have a very, very good opening, and we can see that they're actually doing it. Tanjiro on the other side will be the lone man trying to hold this off. A grenade is going to be popped. Oh, a glue wall is going to bounce it back as well. Oh, Radha Thakur gets taken on because of DP from far away. Deepu from far away. Fosbiaja is going to take down mutants. 5 mutants is going to get shut down. Now this BB Mexican standoff seems to be not going in anybody's favor. CHEMIN Esports are on their feet. They have to deal with 2 teams at this point of time. TONDE Gamers are trying to push in. Wizardo puts up a glue wall and falls back at this point of time. We have to see whether CHEMIN Esports will be able to do it. Yes, Swastik lands it on the innocent Zero. Confirms him as well. Swastik gets it tagged off, but he immediately gets picked up. Lure, the last man standing, trying to do his best. I know CHEMIN Esports is not going to allow it to happen. Down. Now Fosbiaja on the other side has picked up the pace, as CHEMIN Esports will have all 4 men standing with 3 frags, and they'll have another team to deal with.
Well, Fawziat and Mafia Bala are just enjoying that fight happening between Team CHEMIN Esports and the opponent team, that was KMBH. But KMBH already decided that they would be moving inside the circle from the eastern side. Moving forward, yes, Team Total Gaming also have a beautiful spot inside the circle. But till now, talk about the Guardians, they haven't been engaging in those fights and they have the center circle position. That is what they require. But there comes bashing into the center circle. Legend Style Esports is here to get into a 3v4 fight.
Absolutely, Total Gaming still having the control of the zone. They are trying to do their best. CHEMIN Esports on the other side are trying to get tagged as well. Arrow Esports, there's one lurking man with the vehicle, comes in a bit more closer towards the side of the Guardians. This one spot where you can hide amongst those stones is a place to be, but they have to watch out for Grenadiers as well. Mafia on the other side gets taken on because of Wizardo's VSS. Now will the confirmation come in, which is going to be a little hard as well. CHEMIN Esports have cornered themselves inside one compound. A good grenade against them can actually take down 2 to 3 players. And they all know that there's no such grenadier pretty much close to them, and due to which they're trying to play the game. Now, the zone is going to shift right to the center, allowing everybody to come to the middle. But the Guardians on the other side are still holding that fortress, making sure that they can get this throne. Arrow on the other side. Oh, Sai puts down Arrow. Roshan with a very good grenade. Now, Quarry is trying to open up that opening just so that another grenade can go in and take players down. It's going to be Nobi on the other side, making OGs also suffer. Nobi at this point of time, the sniper to watch out for. Let's see whether he'll be able to sustain this. No, he won't be. Askari is going to put him down. The confirmation might be coming in any second soon. Now, a bigger chunk to chew is going to be coming in from the side of CHEMIN Esports as they have to make it inside the circle, and so will Total Gaming.
Well, I was about to lose my mind, and Kari just lost that post mag from the SVD, but once again connected those shots. Mafia Bala with a sniper rifle gets a shot connected on TG Staff, and now it's an opening for Team Total Gaming to arrive near about the Guardians, where Arrow is already busy amongst themselves. There goes a grenade from Mafia Bala. Delete is going to get that knock on the enemy team. CHEMIN Esports Swastik is out of the game. CHEMIN Esports is out of the game at the 6th spot, and Mafia is on a roll now with the Groza. Total Gaming on the other side. Mafia Bala with the Max 7. A 1v3 on the Guardians, and the Guardian gets eliminated at the 5th spot. Curry with a good landmine placed near about Total Gaming, and that is one of the main reasons Mafia was knocked out, but he will get a revive from his teammates. We are on the last words of the death circle closing in, and there you go. The death circle has also started to close in. RNS gets a knock on Deepu, and Team Arrow is once again back in the game.
Absolutely, KM Brotherhood is going to be getting eliminated. Team Total Gaming having the man advantage at this point of time. Let's see how well they'll be able to play it out. They still have Mafia Bala. The man with everything is working out for them. Delete is going to go get in a bit more closer, but Ellis is going to land it out. Blackhawk will be the last man standing. Forciajai gets in a bit more closer. Blackhawk is doing most of the damage against them. Mafia Bala, the last man standing, is trying to land that blow. It's going to be RNS versus the Mafia Bala himself. Forciajai gets taken down. Mafia Bala gets eliminated because of the zone, and due to which it's going to be a very, very clever one from the side of Arrow Esports. Least expected time is when they prioritize zone and they get that booyah for themselves.
Well, Purgatory comes in the hands of Team Arrow Esports. I predicted them for Bermuda, but look at Total Gaming staying consistent in the match number 2. It was so accurate that even if they had that man advantage, but Zone is the MVP, and you just cannot leave the zone behind. Once again, Zone proving it right of how damaging it can be. The last kill never went in the hands of RNSS, and I think so the best decision what he made at that time was to just prone down, because if he wouldn't have prone down, the shots would have been connected on him, and the history could have been made that Total Gaming would have got 2 booyahs back to back on day number 3.
Yeah, but at the same time, Arrow Esports, they played a split gameplay at the final moment, and they had one lurking snake actually lying down from another corner, whereas the other person is going to take the concentration of the complete squad of Total Gaming. They went and acquired a spot where they can welcome Total Gaming with a lot of lead. Forciajai getting taken down started to trouble the team. Delete was the first person to get taken down, but ultimately it was Mafia Balo who also got tagged, as well as he had to play against the zone. But Arrow Esports RNS actually had all his healing up. So he had that opportunity to land the final bullets, but ultimately, even though he couldn't connect it, the zone had done the job for the team, and eventually Arrow got that booyah. But let's not forget that again, three different teams of the Indian chapters are actually making it into the final circle. I mean, and I do believe that in the top 4 or top 5, we'll still have Indian flags swaying around. That comes up to say that it's time for the others to pick up the pace. Now, the next map is going to be the 15th map of the grand finale in the total 30. Will be done halfway through the grand finale. Now, if you guys don't pick up the pace, I don't think so it's going to be easy. Total Gaming have put up an at least 30 points by the 2 games. So they'll be holding the second spot at least. To be gamers eliminated early on, that gives an opportunity for the side of CHEMIN Esports to actually cover up the gap which they had lost in the previous game.
Well, yes, exactly. 2B gamers from the game number 4 yesterday is just losing down on games back to back. They're not coming up in the top 5,
Yep.
and that is going to result pretty bad for them because we saw that Orangutan Elite already dethroned them and they were at the #1 spot after the day number 2 ended. And now that they haven't performed in the first 2 games of day 3, I don't know how they are going to get that thrown back. But today, if we talk about Arrow Esports, CHEMIN Esports, and Team Total Gaming, they have been performing brilliantly. Talk about OG, they were at #2 in the first game. This game, they were about eliminated at 4th or 5th position. So once again, they have entered the last circle, but definitely they are not able to represent on those points. Let's move forward to the map by scoreboard and let's see what exactly happened in the game number 2.
Absolutely. Even I'm looking forward to see, because it was at the final moments where we were able to see that snipers were able to do it. I mean, Nobi again trying to prove it out. Pahadi on the other side, I was saying that why isn't Pahadi using a sniper? And that was actually proved well in the side of Marble Works, when you cannot expect snipers to be working out, as everybody will be pouring lead look and corners. In every look and corner, it's important for you to have the right kind of gun which can actually do the maximum number of damage. And that's why it had a Groza also in his hand, and probably a Max 7 as well. A very good combination coming in. But one clutch which actually impressed me the most was Mafia Bala coming in and taking out the
I was
complete
going
squad
to
of
talk
the
about that.
Guardians. You know,
Yeah.
Max 7, he just jumps in, he decimates the whole squad and tries to hold the center, sits down, but the mine had to stop him, or else the story would have been different. Starting and ending off are going to be the Indian flags. Arrow Esports with 21 points, Total Gaming with 19, CHEMIN and Orangutan are also there. But Legend Style and KM Brotherhood keeping the hopes high for the side of Pakistan as well as Nepal chapters.
Well, yes, exactly. If we talk about Arrow Esports, they have got 21 points from the game number 1. Moving forward to the second team, at the second spot, it's going to be Team Total Gaming, having 9 ranking points with 10 kills, just landing 2 points behind Team Arrow Esports. If Arrow Esports wouldn't have got a lot of kills, definitely they would have been at the first position. Talk about KM Brotherhood. Yes, they have acquired 13 points from this game. Even if they got eliminated at the 4th spot, KM Brotherhood, yes, they are making a comeback. Talk about Legend Style Esports, 8 ranking points from this game. They were being quite passive about this game, just got 4 kills, and one of the main key reasons of how they placed in the top 6 was just to hold the position where they dropped about. Talk about CHEMIN Esports, yes, 5 ranking points from this game. Previous game was not good for them. But if they're there on the second spot, well, yes, they have been dethroned from the second spot because Total Gaming has been performing brilliantly throughout all the games that they have played today, all the 2 games. And yet now in the map by scoreboard, they're at the 5th position with only 8 points. Orangutan Elite, 7 points from this game. Yes, once again, they have to make a comeback. But Arrow, what a booyah from their side.
Oh my
Move
goodness.
forward to the
I was
second
just
chart.
thinking of
Yeah,
two things.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was thinking of two things, right? Every time we have the Nepal and the Pakistan teams on the bottom 6, they'll at least have one team, keeping their hopes high in the first half of the table. And that's the best part about these two countries. And we're able to see now the Guardians are having 6 points, Dada Gang with 4, To Be Gamers with 4, Tonde Gamers with 3. Tonde Gamers finally able to put out some points, but 5 Mutants and Team HOTSHOT, the team which were having very good time when it comes to, having an average in every single game, looks like, they won't be able to hold on to their positions, and due to which slowly we can expect the bottom half of the table to be suffering ruthlessly. Let's not forget that Tonde Gamers and 5 Mutants as well as Team Hotshots were holding a really good position. To be specific, 7th was Hotshots, then we had 9th 5 Mutants, and then Tonde Gamers were at the end. But Tonde Gamers in the previous game proved a little better with the kill points as well as rank points. I thought that they'll be picking up the pace, crossing Hotshots any second soon, but again they got suppressed, so it's going to be hard for them. But yeah, Orangutan Elites, CHEMIN Esports, Arrow, and Total Gaming are actually showing us how to deal with the World Esports Cup, how to actually come around with, prioritize the zone from the beginning itself, try to predict it. In case it goes in your favor, that is when you'll be able to play the best.
Well, yes, exactly. When you talk about the map by scoreboard, yes, it never went into the favor of 5 Mutants and Team Hotshot once again, as they're still in the bottom three. But talk about Guardians, yes, they've got the rank points, but now they also need to get those kills. And today, day number 3 is the day where they are really wanting to acquire those kills. Let's see how they go about it.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to see how they'll be going on from here, because it's an important call for all these players. They have to make sure that they start picking up the pace after the next game. 15 maps will be done, and from then on it's going to be important for all these teams. Like Arrow Esports, I really thought that Arrow Sports won't be able to bounce back by the way Total Gaming and CHEMIN Esports were performing today, but ultimately out of nowhere, at least expected time is when Arrow actually strikes into the bullseye, and it looks like they've struck at the right time and acquired a booyah and made sure that they come into the top four. By the end of the next game, we can expect some changes. But as I said, Total Gaming really knows how to tackle CHEMIN Esports when it comes to the map of Kalahari. In case they both come into a skirmish, we can expect a new team to actually come in and secure the booyah in the map of Kalahari. But if these two come into the same kind of understanding they had in the map of Purgatory, not tagging off one another, even though they were pretty much close to one another, I do believe that again, we can expect two Indian teams to be in the final circle when it comes to the map of Kalahari. All these things said and done, before we step into the map, the bigger question always arises against Miradul to make his brains work a little. That's going to be, which team do you think will be able to, perform well when it comes to the map of Kalahari?
Kalahari, my first choice is Team CHEMIN Esports, as they really need a good booyah and a comeback to be there once again and just stay there with Team Total Gaming having equal number of points. And the other choice that I'm going to make on the map of Kalahari is for the side of Pakistan region, because most of the time today they're facing a lot of discomfort from the Indian teams when it's about the aggression. The Indian teams, if they have picked up the aggression, Pakistan teams are going down with their part. Talk about the teams from the Pakistan side. I literally want another team from the Pakistan region. Is it going to be Team Hotshot is a bigger question, but still I'm going to go with the Guardians for a match of Kalahari.
I want to go in with one Indian team. That's going to be CHEMIN Esports. The second choice for me is going to be 2B Gamers, but the third one is obviously going to be Total Gaming, because the prediction to the zone has become so much on point that they can continue to dominate over there. So yeah, I think that you will agree. I don't know how Total Gaming is actually doing it. They take the only rotation possible in every map and they land up to the center of the map.
Yes, exactly. And that is how they go about it. Making those early rotations was what Total Gaming was never going out for. But it is the time that we dive into the map of Kalahari as we begin with the sand dunes, the mountains. We see the top spot of refinery with Mammoth. We have our eyes on. And all the teams are ready, diving, already set it up in the plane. All the players are diving into this match, as this is Infinix Smartphone presents the World Esports Cup Grand Finals, day number 3, map number 15, live in front of us. The plane path starting from the confinement, going towards the maze, dividing the map into that 70-30 ratio, where the southern spots are yet not available for all of those teams. But yes, they have dropped in because it is a shorter map, and all of the teams on all their usual drops.
Absolutely, nobody's going to come into a skirmish apart from Team Orangutan versus TONDE Gamers, which pretty much seems to be visible at this point of time. Iconic has to regroup with his teammates. Party on the other side is going to fall back to Councilor, but 5 Mutants immediately jumped into the side of Foundation, and they want to grab as many loot as possible, because it looks like they'll be going on an all-out brawl. We can expect them to also to come in. The only spot which has been left out on this map is going to be the side of Mammoth, where nobody's going to come in. But yes, this is a very, very good distribution. The first zone itself is going to bring a lot of teams together. The rotations right now have been restricted from all these teams. If anybody dares to go in for a rotation, they'll be finding another team. Apart from launchers, specifically, Shrines on the other side, not contested for the first time. Hotshots will be getting the right kind of loot for themselves. The Guardians on the other side finally have their 4th player coming in, so they'll be happy to take the command post. At Bayfront is going to be Arrow. They'll be trying to push towards the side of Refinery, opportunity to pick up CHEMIN Esports or hold off so that they can take down the side of Orangutan Elites, and they'll be trying to make it inside the circle. Total Gaming has always gone into Santa Catarina. From here, try to push it towards the southern side of the map. Let's see which team will be able to do it, as Mafia picks up a K98, and I do believe that's the best gun which he can hold at this point of time.
Well, yes, exactly. Well, if we talk about Mafia, he never picks up those MA2Bs or those AWMs. Always his love for the Car 98 is what we see from the side of Total Gaming Mafia. Talk about Team Arrow and the other teams, 5 Mutants dropping off on Foundation, where they have the blue tier loot available this time. We have been seeing most of the blue tier loots landing on the shrines on the map of Kalahari, but this time, yes, it is a luck for Team 5 Mutants that they have the tier 3 loot available for themselves. If we talk about Team Arrow, yes, they're on Bayfront, but now up in a split. How exactly they're looking out for some new zone rotations, because on the map of Kalahari, yes, Total Gaming is already up for early rotations, but are the other teams also going to abide by that is going to be a bigger question also.
Absolutely, but at the same time, no rotations coming in from anybody. But one clever thing what CHEMIN Esports is doing right now is stacking up on the vehicles as well. They have understood in case the zone goes in for a southern shift, goes a little, bonkers, that is when they'll need those vehicles. So it looks like they're also be bringing in some vehicles for themselves, and so will the side of Total Gaming. Team DG on the other side wants to go to the place which was unlooted completely. That's going to be towards the side of Mammoth. They'll have a really good loot for themselves as well. But for now, the zone is going to remain pretty much the same, is what I would like to say. A little bit of a push in. The only team which is going to have a little bit of a trouble is going to be Team LS. Legend Styles will have to make it late into the circle. That's the only one thing. KMBH will not have to worry. All they have to do is push in from the side of Mace towards Refinery, and still no skirmishes can be visible. Now we are able to see that the Guardians on the other side, at the side of Stone Ridge, is trying to push in towards the side of Sub, and that is also one of those spaces to be filled in. We cannot expect any kinds of skirmishes to take place right now. I'm waiting for that old Hampton launchers to launch players into the side of Bayfront, and that is when the fights can happen. Or probably Team LS can actually push in towards Foundation, as 5 Mutants have pushed in towards the side of Refinery, and so will Total Gaming do the same as they pushed in towards the side of Refinery. And will this be the biggest mistake Total Gaming has done, because they have Arrow Esports pretty much close to them, and Fawzi Ajay will be the man who will be on the red zone against the side of Arrow Esports.
Well, yes, exactly, as Fawzi Ajay is going to be behind his team in making all those rotations. Yes, he's making up those calls. Yes, Total Gaming is about to spot some of the players. But I think so, Fawzi Ajay once again making all those moves to be wanting his team to be exactly in the center circle. Will that land right on the map of Kalahari is still what I don't know, because on Bermuda and Purgatory, it went well for Total Gaming. But this time, on the Refinery, you have a team like CHEMIN Esports, where it's their ground, and you just cannot, underestimate them when it's about the map of Kalahari.
Absolutely, but at the same time, another rotation coming in from the side of Total Gaming. Mafia Wala picks up a vehicle, but it's going to be HOTSHOT trying to challenge the big dogs over here.
Oh no!
I know that Kaval is trying to push his luck. There was a point where Mafia could have taken him out. That grenade is also going to bounce back. Mafia on the other side is pretty much low on HP, trying to put in some grenades and give an opportunity for the side of Total Gaming to actually heal themselves. HOTSHOT is not stopping themselves. They want to take this fight real bad. Hans is going to put down Fawzi Ajay at this point of time, wants to confirm him as quickly as possible, and it looks like Fawzi Ajay will be the first blood. And let's see whether this is going to affect the performance of Total Gaming at this point of time, because they came in for a rotation, an unwanted one. As I said, they had to stay back at Santa Catarina and then make it inside the circle. And now Team HS have already pushed in. HOTSHOTs, as I said, as soon as they went into the blue zone, I expected them to play something like this. Now Shovel has got one good grenade. If he cooks it inside that room, we can expect another knock coming in. So let's see whether that's going to happen, as Ashu is putting up that grenade. We won't find anybody home, but at the same time, Quetta on the other side is going to come off the bala. So there's been Radhe Thakur putting down Ashu, and this is going to be a blessing in disguise for either of these teams, as Swastik is going to take down 5 Mutants. 2 of the players of 5 Mutants getting taken down. Now we have to see whether this will go in the favor of CHEMIN Esports or 5 Mutants, or probably HOTSHOT.
Wait, why is this happening on the map of Kalahari that CHEMIN Esports have already engaged with Team 5 Mutants? Because 5 Mutants used to hold a spot, but Swastik with that M1887 won't allow that, and that's a triple kill for his team. Swastik, the twin duo guy, yes, he's going to take down 3 players for the side of CHEMIN Esports, but Total Gaming is going to get third party from 2B Gamers, HOTSHOT, the Guardians. Every single team is on their like is on up on them. Why have they made this rotation? Is a question in each and everyone's mind.
Absolutely, it's the same in my mind at this point of time, as it's going to be the Guardians trying to push in against the side of HOTSHOT. Now we have to see whether this grenade, that was a very good opening for their side, but Delete is still not going to stop himself. He's going to put down players as he's going to go in. Ants on the other side might get taken down. Yes, Ants gets taken down because of Quetta's grenade, and I do believe that from here on, Quetta is going to cook up another one because the bleak window is going to allow another grenade. Oh, what a timing it was. Paxson, he gets taken down. Quetta doesn't come in because with the right time. Saif gets taken down, and I do believe the Guardians are on the verge of extinction because it was all thanks to Quetta for holding back for a brief period of time. Now, Team DG, OGs want to get a piece of this fight. They're going to come in, push in as quickly as possible, and try to take as many players as possible. It's going to be RDP putting down Quetta, giving the last man standing Saif. He's going to be running for his life. HOTSHOTs on the other side are wondering how come this again became a 1v4, and it looks like it's going to be RDP again putting down bodies, and ultimately that's a shutdown for the side of Team HS.
Well, yes, exactly. That was a shutdown for the side of Team HS. But now it's time that the last player from the side of the Guardians also getting spotted. OG Elite was here for a 5th party. For a 6th party, we are going to see Team TONDE Gamer also arriving. Will Sam be allowed to leave? No, he won't be, as TONDE Gamer Tanjiro will spot him and will eliminate the Guardians at the 10th spot. Moving forward in this game, Roshan, a 7th party incoming. What is happening near Refinery? Oh my god, now that Arrow has also arrived, it is going to be a blunder situation. Chivo with the parapel gets a knock on TGR.
Oh, that's Team 2B Gamers also coming into this picture. It seems like there's going to be more than 3 teams. This is not a 4-way Mexican standoff. It's like 6-way lobby standoff coming in over here. It's going to be OGs doing who's going to be the king against the side of TONDE Gamers. 8 frags is what they picked up. They want to hold that top position in the overall points table, and that's what they're trying to do. They're having the treatment gun also coming into play, and a very, very well-planned game is what I would like to say. But on the other side, Arrow was also ruthlessly getting taken down. TCs, that's going to be 2B Gamers, are also getting tagged by the side of 2B KMBH. Depot with that, Famos is actually doing the job, and this is one of those guns which has least recoil and also has a very good damage, and I want to see somebody use this on a bit mid-range fight, and it looks like Dippo is wanting to do that.
Well, if we talk about this very game, Arka, I don't know how exactly OG Iconic took the advantage of it, because yes, they arrived as a 4th party, but they are having the highest amount of kills in that fight, getting 8 frags, eliminating 2 teams. OG Elite has done what was required, but there comes a fight between Team 2B Gamers and Drago GR. And the DADA gang, I was going to say DADA gang versus Drago GRG, because one single grenade and 2 players of DADA gang have been eliminated.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to see how this fight is going to turn out, as we are able to see that 2B Gamers are also holding their nerve, and it's important for 2B Gamers to pick up a booyah over here, or else they're going to be suppressed when it comes to the overall points table. Now an opening is given to them because Total Gaming out of this equation. Now 2B Gamers can put some points on the table. So these are the few teams which are fighting it out on the top. For now, we are able to see that 2B Gamers snipers are also working out in their favor. KMBH, Nobi is trying to pick up that sniper capabilities and give the right kind of opening. All these things said and done, the only viewer who's watching all this with just picking up 1 or 2 kills for themselves is going to be the side of CHEMIN Esports. They're like, let's not do anything, let's just hold this position, let them all fight it out. We're going to land at the final moments, pick up the final 4 or 3 frags for ourselves. But Total Gaming, do you think they got eliminated? No, they haven't, as Delete, the last man standing, still is a ray of hope, and he's pretty much in a hard cover where we can least expect Total Gaming to actually get away from this game.
Well, yes, exactly, because right now, Total Gaming is still surviving because of Delete. Delete is one of the important players right now surviving from their side, but the IC grenades back-to-back popped in that sniper tower. Now that the glue balls have been made, he has a good cover for himself, but not for a long time, as there goes a grenade and 107 tag on the player, only 73 HP left. Drago GRG makes up a push, having shots from behind. Hitler 7 with a melee is going to get 2 knocks. Is he going to get the 3rd one? Is going to be a big question, but no. Stalker with that UZI, the mini UZI, is going to get a knock on Hitler 7.
Absolutely. Now I would like to say the Stalker was the person who saved his teammates. who saved the
Yeah.
day for the team, or else it would have been a different story. But on the other side, it's Killer getting eliminated, and I do believe that, with that Delete getting eliminated, with that I do believe that Total Gaming might be out
Total
of this
Gaming.
game. I might have
Yeah.
spoken a little faster, but I can see that team number 11, that's going to be Dada Gang, pretty much still alive. And let's see how many players are actually in this game. We can see just 4 to 5 teams still alive, and it's going to be OG still alive, Arrow still alive. We still have 3 Indian teams in this game. Legend Style on the other side, the team which we thought will pick up the pace, the team you watch out for, is still making sure that they keep the hopes high. To be gamers are also one of those players. So Command Post is where the final zone has happened. Supreme will be revived any second soon in case they push in. KMBH also still alive from the Nepal chapter. So let's see what's going to happen, as there's still more fight, still many fights left out in this war.
Well, yes, exactly. Move out to the last 7 teams surviving on the map of Kalahari as CHEMIN Esports. This time, they have to make a decision perfectly, because I have seen a lot of times that CHEMIN Esports won't leave this high ground. But this time, Anand with that headshot connecting on the side of the enemy team, Orangutan. One player was knocked out. Yes, they have a great spot inside the circle. But CHEMIN Esports, would they be making a move? Would they be going down? Because the next time, the circle is definitely not going to be there at their platform.
Probably not be there in the platform.
Oh,
Anand
Pahadi!
gets a proper shot from the side of Pahadi. This is why I say Pahadi should have that sniper in his hand, and it looks like he's done the best of it. Killer is bleeding out at this point of time. They need to go and pick up Killer, and I don't think so that's going to happen, as CHEMIN Anand is going to be confirming that that was a revenge shot coming in from the side of Pahadi, and it looks like he's going to hold back, keep that patience for himself. As you can see, NXT Shibo, oh, the shot gets connected, but it's that level 3 helmet which kept him a little high. It's Radhe Thakur on the other side, puts down Drago on his knees. Now we have to see whether the confirmation is going to come in from their side as well. But on the other side, Shibo trying to do his best, trying to tag as many players as possible. CHEMIN Esports have got 5 frags in their name. Let's not forget this. There's another team right below them, and that's going to be KMBH. Now CHEMIN Esports either use the zip lines and make it inside, or probably wants to take down the side of KMBH before making it inside the circle. Let's see whether CHEMIN Esports will be able to survive this, as OGs are the only team having the best spot in the house. Now CHEMIN Esports have come down with the grenade launchers, putting up as many grenades as possible in front. It looks like none of it is getting connected, but rather bouncing back. Now a push comes in, inevitable one. Radhe Thakur takes down a player. The others are also taking down players as well. Arrow versus GG also happening in one corner. Now CHEMIN Esports will have LS also joining into this picture. They have 7 frags for themselves. They see a player outside the circle. That's going to be... He gets taken out. Drago with one good grenade is going to put down 2 players. Drago himself is also bleeding out. 2B gamers are trying to show who can be the strongest and take down the side of CHEMIN Esports. Now Radhe Thakur and Anand, the 2 men standing for the side of CHEMIN Esports, they're watching it. They're having patience. Let's see whether they'll be able to dominate it. As Drago puts up another 2 grenades, takes down 2 more kills. Party from far away is making 2B gamers pay. This fight is not stopping, ladies and gentlemen. CHEMIN Esports on the verge of making it inside the circle. Now OGs will have to not only come and take down Arrow, but also make it inside the circle. CHEMIN Esports are planting landmines in front of them, giving an opportunity for them. Let's see what's going to happen, as Team 2B gamers also have 6 kills in their name, and they have to make it inside the circle, as Anand with the vehicles just trying to go around. Drago is looking at all of these happen. It's going to be Supreme getting taken on because of Anand landmine. As I said, it was them placing landmines over there. Another person gets confirmed as well. Now 2B gamers using landmines as well. Wizard on the other side sees Shibo coming in. Wizardo gets taken out because of that vehicle, and eventually a trade comes in from the side of Drago. Let's see whether that is going to be going in the favor of 2B gamers as well as CHEMIN Esports. A shutdown might be coming in from any of these teams.
Well, look at that. Prab getting a grenade on Pahadi as soon as he gets a knock on Orangutan. Yes, our Arrow is also going to make a move inside the next circle. Is it going to be a Boya back-to-back for Team Arrow Esports? Well, that's the question, as we have the last 4 teams in this death circle on the Kalahari map. There goes a grenade from the side of Drago GRG. Is he going to miss that? Because he never misses it. Arrow Prab with that AC8 is going to get a knock on Chibo. Yes, 112 damage on the enemy team. Anand is going to get his kill confirmed, as CHEMIN Esports is still surviving in the top 4. But Drago GRG gets eliminated from Arrow Shino. The last player surviving from Team 2B Gamers is out. Team CHEMIN Esports also gets eliminated from Orangutan Elite. It's Orangutan going against Team Arrow. Roshan gets a knock on RDP. Roshan gets another knock. Prab gets a kill. Prab gets the last kill for Team Arrow. And this is the Booyah back-to-back for Team Arrow Esports on the map of Kalahari, and they are showing that Arrow Esports is still surviving, and yes, they are in the run for the #1 spot on the overall scorecard.
What a booyah coming in from the side of Arrow Esports. I never expected them to come in at that point of time. They were in the corners of the circle. They could have been gate kept by the side of OGs, but still OGs prioritized zone and tried to make it inside the circle, and nobody was there to taunt out the side of Arrows. A very, very clever gameplay, a very good thinking coming in from the side of the IGL of the Arrow is what I would like to say, because he knew that once OGs is going to get their attention towards the other teams, that is when they'll try to come inside the circle. And inside, the only person who was doing damage to every single player out there would be Drago with the grenade. Even though he had taken out around 5 to 6 kills with the grenade, he still had 9 more in his pocket, and that is when, Arrow came out and dominated against him. But in case he was alive, we know what that could have happened. Anand on the other side, man. Anand on the other side, he was still alive. He could have stayed it as a slithering snake, but he came out to be open and then got taken down.
Well, yes, exactly. As soon as Anand placed that landmine, that resulted bad for one of the teammates of Team Arrow. Well, talk about Orangutan.
Exactly.
They had 10 plus kills from this game. I still have a doubt in my mind. Will they be placed on #1 on the map by scoreboard? Because definitely a lot of changes are there on the overall scorecard too. Well, we'll witness the map by scoreboard after a short break. We'll be right back.
I'm kind of glad you didn't pick up. I kind of just called to hear your voice. I miss you. I've been thinking about you, and I've been thinking about our love and how much I miss you. I miss being around you, hearing your laugh and holding your hand. I think of you every day. I hope and I wish that you're doing okay. I want us to go back to the old days. Because I miss you. And I just thought of you. The idea of you listening to this, the thought of you on the other side of the line, I can't hang up. I don't want this to end. Not again. I don't know if you miss me too, but I hope you do. Even if things never go back to what we were, what I became so used to, what I thought would be forever.
I will carry you home.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Infinix Smartphone presents the World Esports Cup. As we just ended with the map number 3, Kalahari, and we went on a short break. Before that, we were discussing about the map wise scoreboard and the overall scoreboard. What are going to be changes? Yes, my co-caster Urka is going to be joining me in for the last 3 games of the day of day number 3.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for welcoming me back into this game. But at the same time, three different games, and all the three could have been going into the favor of Arrow Esports itself. Like, we could have expected
Yeah.
them to take all three booyahs for the day, but ultimately it was one person who restricted them in one game. But ultimately, two other games they showed us who are the dominating teams. So for now, yes, Kevin Esports still not able to probably give the right kind of gameplay which they usually, because of Arrow's domination in all these games. OG on the other side have a different story to say. They're on the top of the table. They're trying to put an average of 8 to 10 every single time. Arrow Sports had a lot of points to cover to reach to the position they might be holding. Total Gaming also had to put up a good fight, and we saw the first game that's Total Gaming acquiring the first booyah of the day, and I do believe that they could have probably got the second one as well, but ultimately, as I
Yeah.
said, it was Arrow Esports doing the job against them.
Well, yes, exactly. And the third one, the Boya was like just stolen from the hands of Team CHEMIN Esports. And even if you talk about Orangutan Elite, because those were the two teams surviving, Anand was the last player. He could have managed to get 2 or 3 kills, but one single landmine cannot do much of a difference, where all of your teammates were caught off as a wall for Team Legend Style Esports. Legend Style Esports
Absolutely.
and CHEMIN Esports became a wall for all the other teams. For all the other teams, they were just a difference of 2 or 3 pointers. But look at the map by scoreboard having the same number of points from this game. Orangutan Elite, even after being there at the second position, because of the kill number, they'll be placed above Team Arrow Esports on the map by scoreboard, having 19 points in total. Arrow Esports, the winner of the game number 3, having 12 ranking points, 7 kill points. They'll be also having 19 points from this game. CHEMIN Esports at the third spot with just 1 point of difference, the third spot, and same amount of kills as Orangutan Elite. And that is what I said. Arrow Esports just stole the booyah from the hands of Orangutan Elite or CHEMIN Esports.
Absolutely, but at the same time, I really like the way the kills have got distributed. 36 kills, pretty much visible on the screens at this point of time. To be gamers, all thanks to one man, Drago, doing the job over there, trying to put as many grenades as possible, taking down as many bodies as possible, doing the damage for the others to pick up kills as well. Legend style, yes. At one point of time, I really thought that they'd pick up the right kind of pace, held the right kind of corners, but ultimately, it was everybody else who put their lead against them. Let's not forget, to be gamers also put up a grenade to take down 2 players of Legend style, due to which they had to settle. Came Brotherhood on the other side have got 5 rank points for themselves with no kills. The bottom 6 of the table can be a very different story altogether, because we can expect the bottom 6 to actually, have some decent amount of kills. Let's not forget that there were a few teams who are actually going in and picking up those kills, that initial kills, like Total Gaming in the beginning, right? So they did pick up some really good kills as they were countered out, but at the same time, the way Delete was the only ray of hope, and the others where, it was Orangutan Elite who came in and did the domination at that one corner. And let me remind you one more thing. When Orangutan Esports actually pushed in, I do remember, brother, if I'm not wrong, it was Orangutan Elite who pushed in and got 8 kills in that match itself. After that, they have not gotten any. So Total Gaming seems to have just 1 kill. I was wrong. Somewhere I felt they had more than 2. But yeah, 1 kill for themselves. Dada Gang on the other side, only placement points. The Guardians with 3 points in total. Tonde Gamers with 3 points in total. Team HOTSHOTs and 5 Mutants yet again completely suppressed. Now, we can find them on the bottom of the overall points table in case 5 Mutants have not put up an average of 5 to 6 in each game.
Well, yes, exactly. And this is the time that these 3 teams, Tonde Gamer from Nepal, Team Hotshot, and 5 Murins from Pakistan region, to pick up their pace. Urka, as we discussed, after the 3 games of the day have ended, we are midway through the grand finals. More 15 games to go, more 15 chances to reach 3 teams. And definitely, 5 maps each is what they require to be at the #1 spot, is definitely what I can say, because 5 maps of amazing domination, of 5 maps of consistent performance, they can still be there in the race of top 5. And that is what we know from the points table, because it is so well connected between each and every team. Right now, what I think, according to the performance from Total Gaming in this match, definitely the #1 spot that they could have had, after the performance in the game number one, they have quite lost it, because today was the day that they could have picked up the pace and performed consistently in the top five. And the game number three never went good for them. Let's talk about the fourth game that is going to come in front of us. Then that is going to be played on Bermuda, because some more chances coming up for themselves. And Total Gaming losing out on the map of Kalahari. I'm really sure, because of Arrow Esports getting two booyahs back to back, they are at the hashtag one spot right now.
I don't know whether that's going to be the case. The overall points table will be a different story to say altogether. But I know this much, that all four teams of the Indian in the chapter will be in the top four. And that is what has happened. As I said, it's going to be Orangutan, and it's still on the top with 171 points. And that's a big, big difference is what I would like to say, because that's 12 points away from Arrow Esports at this point of time. 13 points, I'm so sorry. And I do believe that they're going to be holding that position for a brief period of time, because the rank points is much, much better. They have made sure they pick up points, but also be in the top 2, top 3 always. And then it's going to be Arrow Esports with 158 points. CHEMIN Esports on the other side have the highest number of rank points, because they are the teams to acquire and stay in the top 2 no matter what happens. They've got less kill points. I know that killing is not not the wrong cup of tea which they can sip on, but I do believe that once the time is right, they'll be going forward to gulp it out. But at the same time, Total Gaming on the other side will be on the 4th spot with 152 points. What a day of comeback it is. So the second position, the difference between the 2nd to the 6th position is not much different. For now, 2B Gamers with 151 points can also have a chance over here. With 20 points in one game, they can take the top spot. Legend Style is the only ray of hope for the Pakistan teams. 133 points. They are almost 35 to 36 points away from the top position. Now, let's see whether they'll be able to do it, or probably it's almost 39 points. But KM Brotherhood, Team HOTSHOT, 5 Mutants, The Guardians, DADA Gang and TONDE Gamers on the other side, the teams on the bottom, if they do wonders in 5 matches, as you said, that is the only way for them to, have a chance for the title.
Well, yes, exactly. And if you talk about 18 points of difference between the 5th and the 6th position, so I think the top 5, according to me, will get locked by the end of day number 3. We'll have our top 5, and them battling amongst each other on the last 2 days will be a good story to be told out for. But right now, looking at the bottom half, after this day 3 ends, if in the last 3 matches they are not getting those booyahs, or they are not performing and deleting the top 5 teams, I don't think so they'll be having the chance of getting the title or being there in the top 5. KM Brotherhood at the 7th spot, having 110 points. Team HOTSHOT with 97 points, like a 13 pointer difference. And that is how you see there is coming a big pointer difference between the bottom half. Pakistani region, Team HOTSHOT 97 points. Then from the Pakistani chapter, we have 5 Mutants with 91 points. The Guardians with just 1 point of difference, they have 90 points at the 10th place. And then there comes DADA Gang with 89, and TONDE Gamer with only 81 points from this match.
Yeah, and I know that, things can actually go really wrong for TONDE Gamers and DADA Gang in case they don't pick up the pace. They need to be in the top 3 in every single map they play today, and have a minimum of 6 to 7 kills in their name. And that's the only way they'll be able to bounce back. 130 points is what we are able to see, or 131 points on the top. So if I have to calculate it right, around 50 points is what they'll need in total. So every game having an average of 10, probably not 10, probably around 7 to 8 placement points. No, 7 to 8 placement points, another 5 to 6 skill points. So 30 points is what they'll be able to acquire in the 3 different games. So that will give them a fighting chance for the next day. But only that is going to happen only and only if the teams on the top fumble, make a mistake, and not allow the positions which they're holding at this point of time. All these things said and done, the next map of the day, the next 3 chunks is going to be played, ladies and gentlemen. Bermuda, Purgatory and Kalahari is going to be played. So please share it among your friends. Bring them over here. It was a very close fight when it comes to the final circles in day number 3. And we can expect some more to happen in the rest of these days. But at the same time, you told a point that by the end of today, the top 5 will be fighting it out, will be decided. The top 5 will be fighting out for the title. But somewhere I feel that until the 3 matches of the 4th day, that's not going to be the case, because it, forget about the today's 3 days, right? If three maps, one team dominates to get around 15 points each, they'll get a total of
Oh yeah.
45 points, and that can be more than enough. So until the 4 day final, first 3 maps, I don't think so it's going to be a decider. But after that, the fight to the finish will begin, where we can see that right now it's the Indian teams who are actually fighting it out and making sure that they will be the teams dominating to get this championship in their name.
Well, change of opinions and change of different perspectives is what I always look out for in my co-caster, because I have seen most of all, when you're agreeing with your co-caster, you're not having your single amount of opinion. But moving forward to the to the second half, or the last half of today, where we are going to witness the last 3 games, that is Bermuda, Purgatory, Kalahari. Bermuda is right in the corner, so make sure, guys, you like the stream and share among your friends to do not miss the action of the World Esports Cup, where the teams are playing massively and the best of their game. We are about to begin with the Bermuda map, so make sure you are subscribed to the India Today Gaming channel and always sharing it among your friends. Let's begin with the map of Bermuda, where the teams are all set. Arka, this is the time that I ask you a question. Who is going to be your choice for the game number 4?
CHEMIN Esports. They've been suppressed every single time, so we can expect them to come in. Now we'll be jumping into the map of Bermuda in style. We're able to see the parts of Rimnam village at this point of time, and the flight path going almost to the center. I can see Peak is right below it, but towards the complete corner above Shipyard is where the blue zone has happened. So that is where the side of Bullseye is where the blue zone has happened. So everybody would want to jump in over there with the flight path going right to the center, allowing everybody to go to the drop locations. Let's see whether there's going to be an early skirmish. For now, Riverside and Mill is where Total Game is going to be. Mafia goes in for a late jump. That is one of the most clever way for you to see if there is any team coming right behind your teammates. But on the other side, CHEMIN Esports will be going into Shipyard, and they can expect it. 5 Mutants versus KMBH is happening over here as Ashu has got taken down. He has to make it inside the house. I don't think so it's going to be possible as Two-Face comes in for the rescue. Now, if he's going to pick up, that's going to be a problem for both of these players, as it's going to be Ashu also getting taken down. Now, Aizen can push in. KMBH has got Aizen over here with Nobi, and we have to see whether KMBH will be able to do a bounce back over here.
Well, yes, exactly. 5 mutants going. Yes, exactly. 2 players of Team 5 Mutants already taken down by the side of KM Brotherhood. And this is the fight that we talked about. KM Brotherhood once again landing on the side of Peak. And they are doing wonders as they have picked up 3 frags now. And only one there remains. Spotted by Deepu. That was the perfect plan by his side. And KM Brotherhood is going to eliminate 5 mutants. One more chance went in vain for the side of 5 mutants.
Absolutely. I mean, I was expecting 5 mutants to do something different. It looks like from here on, their hope or their wish to come into the for the championship title itself seems to be washing away. But let's see whether that's going to be the case, because tomorrow, if they tend to come in and do wonders, they can still have it. Arrow Esports on the other side takes a vehicle, jumps in right into Bullseye, doesn't allow CHEMIN Esports to actually come in from the side of Shipyard to make sure that they take control of the blue zone. So Arrow Esports will have a lot of loot for themselves. A very, very clever one is what I would like to say. If Arrow continues to play like this, I do believe that Arrow will have a great opportunity to take the top position by the end of today. But let's see how things will turn out for the side of Total Gaming, right? So for Total Gaming, they're at Mill. They're chilling out over here. They are the team to watch out for sure. Every time a bullet is being fired, it's not going to bother about them, because once they're back into the game is actually showing them how things can be. But yeah, I'm able to see 2-3 differences when it comes to the side of CHEMIN Esports. One is that the rotation into the circle seems to be going absolutely right. But this time, Radhe Thakur is still not able to give that initiation. We saw that Radhe Thakur yesterday in the map of Color, he was able to clutch out 7 kills and he was able to perform really well. That kind of Radhe Thakur is still not visible right now. So that could be a little bit of a hindrance. But Anand on the other side is picking up those snipers, trying to do as much kills as possible. Swastik on the other side with Wizardo will have to think twice before they do anything, because they are the support, they are the backbones for the team. Even though Radhe Thakur and Anand are the people who give the initiation, they're able to see that Swastik and Wizardo are the people who will have to do the job. For now, Team NXT, that's going to be 2B gamers, are using launchers and trying to get into the middle of the circle. Middle of the map. It looks like they're countering the circle and prioritizing it first before anything else. Oh my goodness, I need to sip of water in between all these chaos. Ultimately, it's going to be hard for us to keep speaking throughout, analyzing so many things. Team Hotshots on the other side, they were the only teams, who are actually doing their best. Even though they have two men standing, they tend to play for placement points, somehow survive until the end. In the previous two games, they have been suppressed really bad. So they need to pick up the pace. I know that in the Pakistan chapter they had done an amazing job, but it looks like in when it comes to the worldwide, when it comes to across the borders, Pakistan teams are actually not able to perform the best of what they can. Probably it's because they're thinking that our offensive gameplay is not working out. That's why they want to play it safe. But it's good that if Pakistan teams can actually go back to their instance, and if they do go back to their instance and go in for an
Yeah,
all-out brawl, I do believe that it's
yeah.
going to be possible for the Pakistan teams to actually come in and dominate over here.
Well, look at the fight between Team Dada Gang and Team Hotshot on Hanger. There's a good, quite opening for the side of Poison as he gets the headshot connected on Anas, and that's an opening for the side of Team Dada Gang. Now it's a 4v3 fight converted. Already it was well stated that Team Hotshot was available to retreat from this fight, but no, Dada Gang won't be allowing it too easily because it is a battle started in Purgatory yet continued on the Bermuda map.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to see how things will turn out for most of the teams because, as I said, now is the fight to finish for the teams on the bottom. They have to pick up the pace, but the zone is going to be favoring the northwestern side of the map where most of the teams have already made it. Look at that total gaming finally from the side of Mill making it towards the side of Bima Sakti Strip. They want to hold that position as quickly as possible, and we're able to see that Arrow Esports chose in to go towards the side of Bullseye, picked up all the loot they wanted in the blue zone, and then eventually fell back towards the side of a graveyard. And now with the Kartulistiva is where CHEMIN Esports is holding. Now any team trying to come in, let's see the possibilities of where they can enter inside the zone. OGs can come in from the river side where nobody's going to tag them. Probably even towards the side of Shipyard is where they can come in late into these fights. But KMBH on the other side towards the side of Peak will be gate kept by the side of Total Gaming as well. The southern side of the map will also have a little bit of a trouble. The only place for any team to enter is going to be the northern side.
Well, yes, talk about Total Gaming. Arka, I've been having a question in my mind because they went too early on the map of Kalahari with that early rotation. They never got the chance to loot fully, where we have been seeing some late rotations and it was working out for some teams. But I don't know why Total Gaming is picking up those early rotations in each and every map. Sometimes they can go for the same gameplay as they have been doing it with the lineup of Rohit. Moving forward to a fight between Team Orangutan Lead as they make a rotation towards the peak. They are getting those fire shots from the side of KM Brotherhood. But Orangutan Killer never just went for that fight, never stopped, and now Killer and Pahadi are having a good advantage over KM Brotherhood.
Absolutely, at this point of time, we can see Novi is also trying to take that charge. To be gamers between it's a fight between to be gamers. Oh, look at that shot coming in from the side of Stalker, and that is why you shouldn't peek in front of this man. He has taken down Kakle. If anybody tries to push in towards Kakle, they'll also be having the same kind of fight. 46 damage is what he could land, but ultimately, if one more shot had connected to the head, probably an AC-80 could have given him the second, kill as well. Kakle is going to be healed up because of that treatment gun. Now we have to see whether it's going to be Stalker again putting them down. Poison gets the shot. If there's some connection coming in from the side of Stalker, this is the sniper to watch out for from the side of To Be Gamers. In this tournament itself, I would like to say that Stalker is one of the best snipers I have seen in the game of FreeFire.
Well, yes, exactly. And talk about 2B gamers, they have been performing amazingly well throughout all the matches. There comes a warning for all the teams to rotate for the next circle Urka, as we are going to see Dada Gang pretty much still holding their position. Now comes 2B gamers also wanting to hold a spot near about Bhima Shakti Strip, and that is a good spot indeed. But there comes TONDE Gamer and they're really close to the side of Nathan's side, and it's a fight already picking up on Massive.
Absolutely, and I do believe that TONDE gamers have to watch out for this game. Oh, what a beautiful jump shot coming in from side Hero Honi. Lori gets taken down. They want to quickly convert knocks into kills, and that is what you can expect in a game like this. And now we can see that, Team 2B gamers, TONDE gamers on the other side are losing players continuously. I don't know why these two players have abandoned their teammates and running away, due to which Legend Style, after losing double K18, one of their key players, they will be looking forward for a little bit of a passive gameplay. But Double K18, in case he has a grenade launcher or a shotgun in a close range battle, we all know what he's capable of. Now they have a lot of traveling to do inside the zone. Now TONDE gamers are not getting tagged by anybody. They have an opportunity over here to come in late inside the circle and play this game. Let's see whether it will go in the favor. Few seconds now, the next zone is going to be formed. It looks like it's going to fall at Katulistiva by the placement of all these players. But in case it goes towards the side of Obsquity, that is when the fun can start. And in case it does go towards the side, Arrow and Team OG will have a Team BG will have a very, very good time.
Well, yes, exactly. Talk about the side of Team OG Elite. Yes, they are making those rotations, but they are now focusing on being on the edge. Arka, yesterday we saw OG Elite was also focusing on being in the center, but now not allowed from Total Gaming to hold those center positions. It's not resulting good for them. 2B gamers picking up their first knock and the kill confirmation as soon as they're holding a great spot, and that is near about at Listava.
Absolutely, and I really want to see whether this early access into this final circle will that be helpful for this team. TONDE gamers have the last man standing. He could have used a melee in that close range battle, but ultimately it was Novi landing that M18 shot and giving a goodbye for them. DADA gang on the other side have 2 kill points for themselves, so they'll be looking forward for a good domination from here on, because they are the team to watch out for when it comes to their region, because they have performed really well and they are capable of doing it. Every single game they're putting up a very good average. I know in the previous 2 games they're not able to perform well, but this game we can expect that to happen.
Well, talk about the side of team the Guardians, also having a good spot near about the Bhima Shakti strip. And yes, definitely, Urka, I totally agree with your statement. But if I talk about the positions that you have for the side of Total Gaming, the Guardians, they look good with their spot, but still they're on the edge. And there is no time because only 15 seconds left for the next circle to close in. And as soon as the circle leaves the clock tower, the position that these teams have will also go and win. There comes the siren. We just heard the siren. And yes, this is a warning for each and every team. Rotate for the next circle. OG Elite still holding the squad house near the Bhima Shakti strip, as 2 teams are still inside the Bhima Shakti strip. And there is one more team arriving, DADA gang. And even the team number 12 is near about the side where we can see Total Gaming holding the lower grounds.
Let's see how OGs
There
will
goes
be able to
Seth.
perform this. I do understand that, all the Indian teams are prioritizing the zone as quickly as possible, and that seems to be going in their favor. But ultimately, are they prepared for something to come in between and make sure that they take them down? For now, the Guardians are making sure they make MBHP in that small pixels, trying to use that Korg as quickly as possible. We all know in this game, as the circle is going to shrink, the fights are going to get more intense, and guns like Korg might not come into use until and unless it's a mid-range battle. So let's see how things will turn out for the side of KMBH as they're trying to hold the center of the circle. Arrow Esports on the other side, again going in for a rotation, probably wants to get to the center of the bridge, which is there, but they have to watch out for the side of 2B gamers over there. Now Arrow Shino on the other side has taken out, converted one, and Swastika is also doing a job. Oh, grenade launchers and grenades are doing damages over here as well. We have to see whether Arrow will continue to dominate over here. They have DADA gang also coming into picture. Let's see. Oh, DADA gang, one more person gets taken out. Novi's grenade falling back. This could be the opening Arrow was looking forward for. If they push in and take down the 2 players, it's going to be much easy for them. Prab gets taken down by his own grenades. What is happening? Why the projectiles are not working out for the Grenadiers?
Why are they just copying each other's mistakes is what I have a question in my mind. If Novi does it, I want to do it. Why? I don't know. How is that working out at this very position? There goes Roshan with a headshot of the M1887, and there goes Hitler7 on his knees, also getting confirmed. Novi was not revived, and the 2 players from Team DADA gang have already moved on to the next circle. Yes, DADA gang, 2 of their players lost, one by himself, one by the side of Team Arrow, and now Arrow are getting busy against having a fight against Team 2B gamers. But yes, they have to rotate for the next circle, as the next circle is about to close in within a timer of 40 seconds. Team Arrow having 2 kills. Yes, they have some vehicles available, but will they be making those rotations from vehicles is going to be the next question in my mind. The UAV drone is already there in the circle, revealing the positions of 2 to 3 teams. Team 11 DADA gang, only 2 players.
Yeah, but I really like what CHEMIN is doing over here. Swastik with that AC8. He puts down a player, gives an opening for their teammates. You think he's going to be guarding that corners of the circle or probably the initials over here as well. Supreme with the Supreme getting taken down. Radhe Thakur is trying to go for a push, and I don't think so. Radhe Thakur has to go in over here. Drago on the other side, one good grenade can actually give the opening with the Guardians are looking forward for. But at the same time, if Drago gets taken down in this game, we all know how vulnerable the team of 2B gamers can be. Chibo on the other side, fall damage as well as bullets have been tagged against him. But let's see how things will turn out as Radhe Thakur goes in forward, looking out for a grenade launcher, doesn't find it, is going to fall back. They have control of the zone and they need to concentrate on that in case they try to chew a bigger chunk of the meat which they can't, they try to snatch a bigger chunk of the meat which they can't chew. I don't think so it's going to end well. Oh, Drago gets taken down by Swastik now. Confirmation will be looking forward for it. But on the other side, there's going to be cover fire coming in, and that's a blessing in disguise for their side as Arrow comes into picture.
Well, a blessing in disguise coming in for the side of Team Total Gaming, as now they're also busy in a fight and they are holding a good spot, allowing them to still hold their spot. The next circle is going to make its move, and yes, I was going to talk about it once again. The IGL making the perfect move for his team, and now the circle is on Bhima Shakti strip, where all the teams would need to rotate towards the next circle. KM Brotherhood getting eliminated at the 10th spot, 9th spot. DADA gang is out of the game, and now we're into the last circles with an only 18s. There goes Mafia Bala with a max 7 and Delete getting a knock from MP40.
Absolutely, but at the same time, let me see how things will turn out from here on, because from one corner we are able to see that Total Gaming is dominating, right? Mafia is getting triple kill, Mafia Bala is also doing most of the job, but on the other side we're able, Delete is also getting a triple kill. That means 6 kills has already been put up over here. NXT 2B gamers on the other side in close proximity towards more than one team. Let's see whether that's going to work out. Arrow Esports Scrub on the other side with that max event trying to do his best. He gets taken down. A confirmation might come in case he doesn't go around, and it looks like it's a triple kill coming in from the side of Swastik. CHEMIN Esports holding the best spot in the house is making sure they make Arrow pay, because in the previous game it was Arrow who took down the side of CHEMIN Esports. Now it's a payback time, the time of redemption. Drago still alive, will be picking up as many grenades as possible, waiting for them to push in, but they have the zone control as well. Now they have to look out on their left as there's a push comes in from the side of team number 3, and if they try to get through the side of CHEMIN Esports, I don't think so it's going to be good. Yes, CHEMIN Esports versus Total Gaming is what we can expect, as Mafia's vehicle is on fire. More shots has been fired out. 100 HP already down. Let's see whether Mafia will be able to survive this, as Delete and Mafia Bala will be trying to give their best. Mafia Bala puts down Anand on the other side. It's going to be Drago putting down CHEMIN Esports Anand, and Anand is going to be confirmed as well. Legend Style gets eliminated. CHEMIN versus Total Gaming with 2v3. Let's see whether Total Gaming will be able to survive this.
Well, at this time, Total Gaming only needs one thing, that CHEMIN Esports gets busy in another fight, and there you go. Drago GRG just making CHEMIN Esports busy, just what Team Total Gaming wants, and Radhe Thakur will eliminate 2B gamers, Drago GRG and Stalker with his grenade launcher. The man with the grenades, the man with the grenade launcher, once again proving why he is known as the Golden Hand. CHEMIN Esports having 6 kills in this game, only last 14 surviving. We hear the siren once again as the 6th circle is about to come in. 7 kills for Team Total Gaming. HOTSHOT is still surviving in this game, and HOTSHOT still have a chance to get a booyah on map number 4.
But for me, it's all about Orangutan. Look at them. They have the other part of the circle. They're coming late inside the circle. They do not want to pick up any kind of fight. Slowly, if they hold that position, that's going to be more than enough for them. But Total Gaming have understood there's a team coming a bit more closer. So the fight between Total Gaming and them is inevitable. Dilly takes down Iconic, gives the opening which is required for them. He's going to be confirmed as well. Now that's going to be a 2v2 converted over there. RDP and Pahadi are also getting tagged because of CHEMIN Esports probably coming into the picture. Delete has a snow grenade thrown against him. Now we have to see whether Pahadi will be able to convert to do this. But Radhe Thakur on the other side with the grenades are continuously decimating the side of Team Edges. New kill leaders are going to be CHEMIN Esports. Before this game, I said that it's going to be CHEMIN trying to perform and do the better of what they can. It's going to be CHEMIN Esports. Radhe Thakur's grenades connecting really well. Look at that. One more grenade can put down the RDP. It looks like he almost got it down. 3 teams with Radhe Thakur and his team having the higher advantage. 3 Indian teams again in this game. Delete, the last man standing, has Swastik coming closer to him. Let's see which team will be able to pick this up. It looks like it's going to be in the hands of CHEMIN Esports, but that's going to be hard for us to say.
Well, yes, exactly, because OG Elite is still surviving. Delete is going for a heal battle for sure. And there he goes with a melee weapon. A bad choice. Total Gaming out of the game. OG Elite out of the game. And that is an end to the game. CHEMIN Esports Swastik with the M1887 shot. Radha Thakur, the man himself with the grenades, getting one more booyah for the team. And CHEMIN Esports is back in the action, getting the game number 4 of day 3 of Grand Finals.
I mean, I'm running out of words, my friend. I'm seriously running
Yeah.
out of words for the side of CHEMIN Esports. I was speaking about how Radhe Thakur has to make it inside this game, how he has to perform well, or else things cannot go in the team. And suddenly he picks up the pace. And I said Swastik as well as Wizardo are the two players who need to stay alive, because these two people are the final trump card for the team, and they did stay alive until the final circle. And we also what could have happened in that game, and what did happen in that game. I'm happy to see such kind of a performance coming in from all these players, all these teams. But at the same time, one more most important thing which we have to focus on is, yet again, we had three different Indian teams in the final circle. So
Yeah.
the fight for the top position still continues. I do understand that, Drago did not expect that he might get assaulted. Arrow Esports also did not expect that CHEMIN Esports is going to pour lead on them. Their late rotation inside the circle is working out until now. But ultimately, CHEMIN understood that, this is what Arrow is going to do. Execute it exactly at the spot where they were rotating and gets that
Yeah.
booyah for themselves.
Well, yes, this also makes me think that if Arrow would have went early this time, yes, they got into a fight against Team Dada Gang, they got those 2 kills, and after that they could have
Yeah,
went in early because they had an opening, they had a spot where they could have went in easily. But even going early or even going late won't mean much, because you just saw the cluster that happened right now in the end circle. Even if they would have
yep,
got a spot, it would have been a really tough fight for the side of Team Arrow. So they took a bitter
yep,
but a good death, I think so, because when it was about the last 16s, even we could not read the kill feed perfectly, because that is how exactly fast it went for the last circle. Every single time the circle formed, there was one squad getting eliminated, and then another squad, then another squad. And when it was about the last 3 squads, we knew that Total Gaming only Delete was surviving. He wasn't having the circle, he was not having the man advantage, and he just took the good death
exactly.
that he had from the zone.
Absolutely, but at the same time, one more thing which I really like about this game, which happened over here, was Total Gaming, because only
Yeah,
two men standing, Delete and the player. The way they decimated the side of Orangutan Elites was really good. I told that, inevitably Orangutan Elite doesn't have to come into the zone, try to tag anybody. All they have to do is hold that corners, try to sleep, and make
yeah.
sure that they're not visible. But they did not choose to do it, right? So they tried to come out in the open, try to push their luck, but ultimately Delete with that MP40 came in, decimated one player, and then it was not tough for them to actually get through with the rest of the players. And Orangutan Elite came into the final circle with just 3 men standing. That was also a big disadvantage. So now map wise scorecard is going to look like this: 23 points CHEMIN Sport puts up in one game, shows who's going to be the dominators. A very good balance between kill points and rank points. This game can actually put CHEMIN on the top of the table. Let's see whether that's going to happen, because Total Gaming is right behind them, having 16 points, as Orangutan Elite has also got 12. In the previous game, the previous time when we overall points table, we did see that the difference was not more than 13, right? So it looks like
Yeah.
somebody has covered up that number, made sure that they get that top position. 2B Gamer still holding off. 9 points is what they've attained. Legend Style and Team Outshots finally, 2 Pakistan flags swaying high in the top 6, doing a good job. 8-8 is what they've attained, and we can expect them to climb up the ladder when it comes to a map wise scorecards.
Well, yes, exactly. Legend side esports is always to remain in the top 6. That is for sure, because they know how exactly to go about it, of how number of kills they need to get, and what position to attain. But if we talk about 2B gamers, when the first 2 games went bad, I always thought that they are going to even go below the bot, like even leave the top 6. But once again, if they're making a comeback, having 10 points from each game, yes, they are still able to stay in the top 6, because now from this game they have 9 points. From the previous game, they also got 8 to 9 points on the map of Kalahari. More than that, 3 Indian teams: Orangutan Elite, Total Gaming, CHEMIN Esports, performing wonderfully and performing up to the mark. Let's see what battle it can be, because all the 4 teams are there in the top 6 when you talk about the overall scorecard. 7 points from this game. Arrow Esports, Yes, they're not going to be satisfied, but definitely they have the consistent amount of points you need to get from each and every game.
Absolutely. I'm still looking forward to see what was the difference between the first position as well as the side of by the others. Like 158 points was what Arrow was holding. Now they will be outnumbered by the side of CHEMIN Esports. Now 22 points is what they've attained, right? So let's put it out in front. Orangutan will be probably still on the top, and we'll have 177 points being attained from the side of CHEMIN Esports. So
Yeah.
I do believe that by then one more or two more booyahs coming in from the side of CHEMIN Esports, they will be holding the top position by the end of the day. Arrow Esports on the other side, because of one bad game, they're going to be suppressed. Total Gaming also have performed really well. So Arrow Esports, we can expect them to be on the fourth position, whereas To Be Gamers have got just 9 points. So yeah, a tie between To Be Gamers and as well as Arrow Esports on the fifth or the sixth position in the overall points table is pretty much visible. And we all know Legend Style are also picking up the pace. They also want to get that moment in this game. To Be Gamers are also having a very good average. Five Mutants, Tonde Gamers, The Guardians, DADA Gang, and KM Brotherhood have to pick up the pace, because still they're able to put an average of 5-4 points. If they don't get more than 10 by the next game, I don't think so that they'll have a chance to fight for the championship.
Well, yes, exactly. Because if we talk about the positions that Team 5 Mutants and the other team is having, definitely it's going to be really hard for them. Getting 0 points from a game where we are expecting for them to get 6 to 8 positioning points and then also get 4 to 5 kills in each and every game. And that is a consistent amount of consistency you have to gain. Like 10 to 15 points from each and every game to gain around 30 to 45 points from only 3 games, not from a day. We want 80 plus points each and every day from the bottom half. But now they're not able to make it. And once again, the top half already maintaining their consistency, getting all the games that they need to get, and they're having a battle amongst each other. Always we see in the end circle, we are going to have 3 Indian teams, 1 Pakistani team, 1 Nepal team. And this is what is getting repeated from the previous 3 games.
I don't know how things will turn out, right? Because ultimately, we all know that the Indian teams have decided to pick up the pace from the third day, from the second day itself. It's not even from the first day, from the second day itself. But Total Gaming, they bought in Fawzia Jai at the right time, is what I would like to say. In case they had bought him a little late from here, I don't think so they could have had a fighting chance for the title. And Fawzia Jai coming in, the difference is pretty much visible. Look at the play they were able to play. Mafia Balo on the other side had done a very good average from the day one. He had got an average of 10 to 12 every single game. But after Fawzia Jai comes in, it's increased by 2 to 3 points, and that 3 to 4 points which they're getting in each game on an average of 6 is going to be 24 points a day. That is going to give them a very, very good leap when it comes to the overall points table. Yes, the next map is going to be the map of Purgatory, and this time we are expecting some snipers to actually do some damage. I just hope this time the zone happens somewhere towards the field, so that in that open battle we can expect some snipers and grenade launchers to be popping in. Brother, big question again forms up. Which team do you think will be able to secure the booyah?
Well, again, it's a map of Purgatory. It was a booyah for Team Arrow Esports in the previous one, Purgatory. So I still have my bets placed on Team Arrow Esports from the side of Indian teams. And if we talk about the Pakistan and the Nepal region, this time I'm going to choose the Nepal region because it's high time that we get a booyah from 2B Gamers.
Absolutely, absolutely. But at the same time, I'm also expecting somebody from the Pakistan region also to come in and secure your booyah for themselves, because ultimately all fans needs to be treated. I know that the game of Free Fire is treating all its fans, but ultimately when the boundaries are being drawn, if not for the gaming, if for a brief period of time, if there is something like that, I do believe that everybody deserves to put smiles on their fans. So hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed for the Pakistan and the Nepal's team to get the booyah in the next game. For me, the team to watch out for in the next game is obviously going to be 2B Gamers. They have picked up the pace. They have understood that from now on, if they are able to push up and get around 2 to 3 booyahs for themselves, they'll have a very good chance to maintain an average and be on the top. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be stepping into the map of Purgatory. The beautiful views of these islands getting divided by a small river. Let's see which team will be taking it home.
If not now, then when? As we begin with Infinix Smartphone presents the World Esports Cup Grand Finals, day number 3, map number 17 coming live in front of our screens. Well, this is the second last match of the day as we see KM Brotherhood dropping off on the Forge, having the blue tier loot, and we see the plane path, yes, starting from the side of Forge, going towards the Marble Works.
Absolutely. Now, the look at the kind of drops come in. Arrow has got only 2 players formed in. RNS is jumping now. Now, KMBH versus the side of Team TR. Yeah, the Guardians are already actually taken down. Towards the side of Central is where we were expecting a love story to begin between the side of 5 mutants as well as one more team. I forgot, DADA gang, right? So it looks like they're not going to be choosing that as well. So there's been a little bit of a difference when it comes to the drop locations, but I can expect some early skirmishes also coming in. When KMBH could dare take down the side of the Guardians Drago in the beginning itself, we can expect the same to come in. But no Moko ability, that is why he's surviving at this point of time. In case that was in, it would have been tough. KMBH on the other side wants to get into the blue tire loot, pick up as many frags, pick up as many farming as possible, the right kinds of guns, resources, and then go in for an all-out assault. Let's see whether they'll be able to do it.
Well. Moving forward in this game, we are about to see our eyes on the Guardians. Yes, one of the players was not available. He was offline. Now that he's available for the team, he's going to go just collab with the team, because if he's spotted by Legend Style Esports, then it would be a really bad, difficult situation for the side of team number 6. As we move forward, yes, CHEMIN Esports is on their usual drop of Marble Works, busy in the looting. KM Brotherhood on the blue tier loot. Deepu, Nobi, Sangam, Aizen already having their hands on all the weapons that they wanted.
Absolutely. Now we have to see whether they'll be able to pick up the right kind of pace over here, because ultimately CHEMIN Esports have put up, the crosshairs have been working out perfectly like a charm is what I would like to say. They have been holding the right corners when it comes to the map of Bermuda. Now, will they be holding the right positions when it comes to the map of Purgatory is going to be a bigger question, because in case they get another 20-pointer, they'll be on the top of the table, holding off by the end of the day a position and a difference of 10. And after that, all they have to do is get an average of 10 in every single game to hold that opposition, because we all know after this there can be chances where, you know, the other teams, like for example the teams on the bottom, they will be trying to challenge the Indian teams in their drop location, trying to weaken them so that their country mates will be able to come in and perform. And all such strategies might be picking up tomorrow, so it's important for somebody to go in and make sure that they get a very good difference of at least 10 to 15 points by the end of the day.
Well, yes, exactly. And now, after a long time, Arka, is it yet too late? Because Team Dada Gang have now brought in Zuki to play with them. Zuki is coming after a long time. I'm definitely witnessed him in the group stages. But Zuki coming into the play into the grand finals on day number 3. Definitely yet not too late, because still they can acquire some good amount of points. And look at the change. Dada Gang not having a close, yeah, definitely they have dropped in the same position, but they've already made a move and allowed Team HOTSHOT to loot on the central.
Absolutely, they want kill points at this point of time. Towards the side of bridge, I can see 2 players are actually in close proximity with one another. Zuki on the other side is pretty much prepared for this fight, and he sees that Sika is on the other side, but HOTSHOT Sika will be calling his teammates. They're like, there's a free kill running around over here, why don't we just dominate on it? And that is what they'll be trying to do. But Zuki, can he be the key player? Can he be the force Ajay for their side? Because ultimately, if he's able to bring up that, if he's able to clear up that filling the blanks, I do believe that, this game is going to be complete for the side of Dada Gang. Now, they have turned out to be a little daring. They're going for a split gameplay, which they love to do the most. Let's see whether that is going to go in their way.
Exactly, because big questions are yet to be asked, Arka, and as we move forward in this game, the questions will be answered by their performance. Moving forward, only 1 minute remaining for these teams to decide. Yes, this is a map of Purgatory. You can still rotate after the second circle. You can still rotate even after the third circle has ended. But what we have been witnessing on the first 2 days, that we got those initial fights, and now we are missing them because each and every team is becoming serious. Look at that split. Zuki and 1 player on the north, that is Poison, and on the south you have Novi and Kakle. A 2-2 split. Will the split work out is also going to be a question. But yes, the zone has went straight forward towards the western side. And this time, once again making a fast rotation, Fozzy Ajay is already leading his team towards the Marble Works Island.
But for me, it's going to be CHEMIN Esports already trying to hold the center of the circle. OG's on the other side is not having the right spot at this point of time. Arrow Esports have tagged them out. This is going to be a little bit of a tough fight for the side of Arrow Esports is what I would like to say, because OG's on the other side. They are pretty much, ready for any given fight of any given point of time. Pahadi, I want to see whether he's holding a sniper. In case he is, then he can give the right kind of opening. So will be the side of Shino. Arrow on the other side will have to make it, a long journey ahead. As I said, towards the side of fields is an open field where snipers can actually do the job. Arrow falling back, OGs have hard cover, they can start tagging out people. Iconic also has an AC-80. If he's able to give that opening for the team, then I do believe that OGs will be going in and dominating against them. Look at that killer with that woodpecker, started off really well. He sees Roshan, he's not going to let him go, I am sure about that. Now Prab is also getting tagged off, RNS, Roshan, everybody getting tagged off. A good grenade or a grenade launcher coming in at this point of time, or a sniper shot can actually put on one or two players of Arrow. All these things said and done, Arrow is going to run into the hard cover, and now we have to see whether OGs will be able to push in.
Well, yes, exactly. And there comes the warning for each and every team to rotate for the next circle as the drops are being called in. So I think 2 or 3 teams have already got their spot because of the drops dropping in on the match on the center circle. Well, if we talk about Team Arrow, this is the fight engaging between them, and Swastik runs over Sajid, not running over, but actually a vehicle explosion happening. There it comes. Oh my god, the shots landing upon Arrow Shinu, and it is looking pretty bad for them as they're already up in the open. Pahadi gets a knock on Shinu, RDP gets a knock on Prab. Pahadi confirms this kill, and OG Elite is on a roll as RDP confirms the second kill on Team Arrow. And now OG Elite only 2 players to kill out, but there is one more team arriving on their side, and that is going to be TONDE gamers in those vehicles. Talk about Brasilia, you have Total Gaming going against Team DADA Gang, as DADA Gang have already moved up from Central straight towards the Brasilia.
Absolutely, but a team KMBH is trying to tag out the side of CHEMIN Esports, who are again holding a very good spot at this point of time. This is a very open field, right? So they shouldn't be actually holding this time. They have to get into hard cover, and it looks like the zone can again go back and form the same way it had formed in the previous game towards the western side of the map, somewhere between central. And I do believe that, CHEMIN Esports is getting ready for it. But at the same time, this one small ridge, grenades can actually decimate you. So they need to be careful at this position. And, I do believe that there'll be a very good chance for the side of the DADA Gang to actually dominate against the side of CHEMIN Esports. All these things said and done, I want to see who will be trying to come in through those bridges and getting taken down. But Total Gaming on the other side, Mafia with that Kar98 trying to hold off as much as possible. If anybody comes in over there, Delete is also trying to hold that very good position, and we can expect the decimation of TONDE gamers pretty much over here. 3 teams aligned in a straight line. Now let's see when they'll be all coming out. It's DADA Gang, Total Gaming, as well as the TONDE gamers. So these 3 teams have to watch out for one another.
Well, yes, exactly, as now one of the shots landed from the side of Delete. Yes, he's all set with the K98. But if you talk about Mafia, he's also having a good position near about that window. And if you talk about the next circle, most of the teams making their move towards Brasilia and not towards the Marble Works. Do you think, because look forward to the right hand side, the circle might be having a hardship, and that is what Team Total Gaming is thinking at this time. So I think I also have a thought in my mind that the zone would go towards the right hand side. But there goes the M65, and with that, the amazing spray, and Pahadi, one of the most important player of Team OG Elite, is already out of the game, done and dusted.
I mean, I did not expect them to actually get taken down like this. That was really a literal ruthlessness coming in from their side. And I don't know how come their rotations are not working out. Orangutans are coming late into the circle every single time. They have not been gate kept. But ultimately, they are the slithering snakes into the final circle. But this time, the story seems to be a little different. HS on the other side is trying to take those bridges, and we all know who is there on the other side to welcome them with a lot of lead. But team the Guardians on the other side, towards the side of Mount Villa, coming in from the southern island and towards the side of Mount Villa will be a very, very good choice. Total Gaming, they can expect to steal some kills over here, as KMBH versus the side of Team DG is pretty much prominent over here. And Team DG on the other side, we can see that Sangam has taken down Kakle, and they can expect one more coming in. Grenades are being popped. KMBH seems to be a little more stronger than anybody else. Novi's coming a bit more closer. Mafia Baller on the other side is still waiting it out. Now Zuki, those grenades, let's see whether that's going to be something which can give an opening for them.
Well, look at the M1887 once again coming into the power. It's KM Brotherhood going to engage against the other gang, as Total Gaming is still going to hold that position. Sangam gets a knock on Novi, and Sangam gets his kill confirmed. Now the other gang is only having 2 of their players surviving in this match. KM Brotherhood once again was remaining, and there you go. The second circle also starts to close in. Delete gets a headshot and a body shot connected on Walid, and one more shot needed. Delete is going to confirm his kill by the AC8.
Absolutely. Now we can see that Team DG versus KMBH is going to pick up a little more further, and Total Gaming is trying to take advantage of all these things. Zuki also gets taken on the poison last standing. Sangam is going to go in and confirm him as well, and I do believe that's the end of a story for another team. I still don't know whether the confirmation of the final player has come in, but ultimately we all can see that it's going to be 2B gamers trying to come in and trying to play their bit and try to take down the side of KMBH. But KMBH, Nobi the sniper, having that M80 will be trying to go in for a rotation towards the side of Brasilia, where the zone has happened. Now things can get interesting. We really thought that it will be going to the western map, but it seems to be holding off between these 2 places. But the next zone will have a big story to say.
Well, exactly, because if all of the teams are predicting that the circle would go towards the right hand side and not go towards the marble works, there is a story behind it. The drops were called on Brasilia. The teams have been holding on Brasilia for a long time, and look at now, the circle also on our screens. The most of the circle's part is in the river and on Brasilia, not on the marble works island. Look at Team the Guardians and Legend Style making that move. Now we have another fight beginning. There goes a grenade, taking the damage on the enemy team. There goes another grenade, but this won't be the damaging one, as now Blackhawk is just wanting to connect those shots. Already the player is low and gets knocked out from the zone. There goes a grenade. Is he wanted to confirm that kill from the grenade? Yes, he will, as Blackhawk is going to get the kill on TG Sam.
I don't know how the Guardians will be able to do it, but still we can see that the 4 Indian teams do not want to get into any kind of skirmishes. But ultimately, there are some technical issues through which we'll be able to see the game. For now, it's going to be Kure taking down Kari, and I do believe that the TONDE gamers from here on, with Adim, the only man to acquire a kill. Now, TONDE gamers are getting a very, very good rotation. Now, we have to see whether that's going to be going in. Quetta, and ultimately, it's Kari who puts down the complete squad down. I mean, I did not expect Quetta to go down so bad. He's one of the key players with the grenades, can actually give the opening, was not able to do it. So, LS, Legend Style, picking up the pace. It looks like they want to make a comeback over here, pick up the booyah, the first ever booyah for themselves for the day, and let's see whether they'll be able to do it. Fingers crossed for this team. But now, they have a long rotation inside the circle. Whether that will go in their favor is going to be the first question.
Well, I just had a deja vu in my mind. I kind of think that I was having a sweet spot for Team Legend Style in this match, and now that sweet spot will be revealed, because 10 teams are still there. Definitely it's the 3rd circle that is about to close in, but Legend Style already having 4 kills. They are being aggressive, not being passive, and this time they have changed the strategies. Will this change of strategy work out for them? It is working until now. But look at that circle! All the teams move out towards the shore, as you still have some of the part remaining on the Marble Works Island.
Absolutely. I don't know whether CHEMIN Esports actually lost a player. They were trying to come in. One player, Anand, was bleeding it out. They're getting into hard cover, and I do believe that they might have revived their teammates. KMBH on the other side after losing Deepu. Nobi is not doing any kind of wrong mistakes, and so will Aizen. Blackhawks, LS, Legend Style at this point of time coming in close proximity with the side of KMBH. Now we have to see whether they'll continue their assault over here and take possession of this land. If they don't do it, then I don't think so it's going to be easy for them. Now Blackhawks on the other side puts up grenades, trying to push away those players. As they jumped out and trying to run away, Nobi wants to survive as long as possible. He has to watch out for OGs from the top. CHEMIN Esports having the best spot in the house at this point of time. Nobody's going to tag them for a brief period of time, but that low ground at one disadvantage, will that go in their favor is going to be the bigger question. OGs are looking forward for some easy picking as Arrow on the other side is taking down the side of Total Gaming, and I do believe Fozziaja is going to go in with that Max 7, puts down a Roshan, and he's going to be confirming him as well. What a push coming in from the side of Total Gaming. Now Arrow is pretty vulnerable, and I do believe that they're on the verge of extinction.
Well, never underestimate the man himself. Fozziaja just went in with the Max 7 and he knew he was too confident to get that kill. Stalker with that headshot on Radha Thakur, and CHEMIN Esports is going to face that disadvantage as Radha Thakur has already went out as the 31st player from this match.
Absolutely. Now we have to see Drago is also picking up the pace. Ruby on the other side is using relays as well. OGs are not going to stop. They want to pick up the pace because they know that they have to make it inside the circle. But I still don't understand one thing. What is CHEMIN Esports doing? They are having players on from their side as well. Now Total Gaming is getting decimated in their hands. 5 mutants are also not getting knocked out because of the Stalker on the other side, showing how to do it inside. Takes down 2-3 players. 5 mutants get eliminated on the 8th spot. And CHEMIN Esports eliminated on the 7th spot. Not something they were looking out for, but ultimate domination coming in from the opposite side. The snipers doing the job, and they'll be losing that position. Now it's left out for the team number 9, and that's going to be the only team inside the circle. Let's see whether they'll be able to hold it out. As to be gamers are cooking up some grenades. Shibo on the other side. Oh, it's going to be sick. Drago gets eliminated. Now this is the opening which was wanted by the side of Team HS. Let's see whether they'll be able to come in and dominate over here.
Oh my god, there you go, the Groza spray incoming. KM Brotherhood, Team Legend Style, Team HOTSHOT. 3 of the Pakistan and the Nepal teams have been performing brilliantly in this last circle, as we see. Now this is the time that we are not having 3 Indian teams in the end circle, and look at that. 2 gamers Chibo with the Woodpecker is about to land 2 of those headshots on the enemy team. Aizen gets a knock on LS Blackhawk as Legend Style also get one of their players down. There you go with the fan, he was running it up in the open. OG Elite is out of the game at the 6th spot, and now you have the top 5 TONDE gamers. There you go, Aizen with the hand cannon gets a knock on Blackhawk. Kure gets eliminated from the play zone. KK18 gets knocked out from the play zone. Supreme gets a kill confirmation from AC80, and there you go, the M10 getting a headshot on Chibo. NXT Chibo is on his knees. Sangam knocked out by a vehicle. Sangam getting run over, and the bike coming up in the play. HOTSHOT, only 2 kills for them. Is it going to be a blow for 2 gamers? Yes, it can't be, because Psych from the behind is going to land ahead. But Stalker with the close range AWM headshot is going to kill him. And now the last 3 teams, 5 players. Which Booyah can it be? Because the last 3 teams looks really amazing.
Absolutely. Now we have to see Team HS is in a lot of trouble. Stalker, the person with the center of the circle, he's got that deadly sniper in his hand. If he lands up 1 or 2 shots, it will be more than enough for the team. Sangam takes down 2 players. Stalker on the other side is going to end them as well. KMBH versus the side of Stalker. Stalker with the sniper doing as much as possible, and ultimately it's going to be Sangam coming up close with that M18, lands that bullet in his face and grabs it. As I said, as soon as I saw KMBH get into that zone, I was wondering, why are these people trying to pick this up? And ultimately, they have shown us that KM Brotherhood are still going to be inside and acquiring a booyah. We were keeping our fingers crossed for any team from Pakistan or the Nepal chapter. It looks like it has worked out for them. Really, really happy for these teams.
Well, yes, as soon as OG Elite got wiped out at hashtag 6 position, it was the last Indian team to be yet surviving in the last circles. But moving forward to this game, we just saw that in the top 5, you had 3 Nepal teams and 2 Pakistani teams. One was Team HOTSHOT and another one was Team Legend Style. But look at the performance from Team KM Brotherhood. 11 kills from this game. And this is the first time that 10 plus kills, except Team Total Gaming, this is the first time for today that a team with 10 plus kills has got a booyah on a map of Purgatory.
I mean, I cannot expect least from teams like this, right? So instance of the Pakistan chapter actually picking up over here, so we can expect them to actually perform really well and continue their domination over here. But at the same time, finally, that gameplay coming in from the side of Legend Style. I was wanting them to pick up this booyah. You had that soft corner for them that was picking up. If Stalker had a grenade launcher, I think that he could have ended the story. But still, with that sniper, he was doing the job. Nobi had both of his vest and helmet intact throughout the game. So that was
Yeah.
the only reason why he couldn't get taken down. So, and that's the best part about that player. And it would have been a sniper fight in case Stalker and Nobi had been there in the final moments of the game. But ultimately, it was the one man with that M18 coming and landing it against the side of Stalker. I
Sangam.
mean, even I do believe that they were held up. They had, to be gamers, actually had that center of the circle at one point of time.
Yeah.
All four men were standing. They were in the center of the circle, but still they let go of that center of the circle. They went out, due to which they got very badly tagged, is what I would like to say.
Well, I can very well analyze that situation at that moment because one of the players from KM Brotherhood was on a bike where he ran over one of the players from Team 2B Gamers. Another player from Team 2B Gamers, that was Stalker, if I remember. No, not Stalker, but Psych came in from behind from Team Legend Style Esports. And as soon as Psych came
Yep.
in, he took down another player from Team 2B Gamers. So even if they had the center circle, they were at the center target too. Because in the end circle, never, like, and you can have the circle for your side, but sometimes it never results good for you, and that is what happened. 2B Gamer,
Absolutely.
even after having the good position, two of their player got taken down like in vain. And when it was about a 2v4 fight, yes, it was easy for KM Brotherhood.
Very good gameplay. I'm finally having some smiles for the fans of Nepal and the Pakistan chapters. I know that the chat is going to go bonkers, hashtag of all these
Yeah.
teams coming in as well as their respective countries. I'm looking forward for it. But at the same time, Ridul, I do believe that it's time for these teams to do it. You said, right, by the end of the day, we'll have a clear picture. I don't think so that's going to be the case, but we can see that they picked up the pace. So
Okay.
if they continue to do it for the next 5 maps, that is taking considering this, right? So the next 5 maps, if the story changes, so that is 1 map of Kalahari and 3 maps of the next day, I do believe that then the final day is going to be a very, very close fight. For now, we'll be looking at the points table at the map wise scorecard. KM Brotherhood on the top, 23 points. It's the Nepal flags this time flying out with 2 Pakistan flags over there. Orangutan Elite will be the only team which will be keeping the hopes of India still alive over there. So it's going to be 23 points. To be
And still on
gamers
the
with
top.
19 points. Legend Styles with 14, Team Hotshot with 11. Finally, some changes over here. But ultimately, Tonde Gamers picking up the pace, getting an average of 7. I know that it's not a bad start for them, but in case they continue to do it, I do believe that there's going to be a very, very good gameplay. I'll allow you to, go forward in depth for the rank and kill points on the differences, but I do believe it was a very, very good one.
Well, yes, exactly, because Orangutan Elite performing in this match too. They're there at the fourth spot, keeping the hopes of India high and maintaining their spot at #1. Even if the day hasn't gone well for them, yes, they have been proving back and now that why have they dethroned Team 2B Gamers from their spot. Well, in this match, 2B Gamers are going to get 19 points with getting 10 kills. But talk about the fifth position, you have Team Hotshot with 11 points. Even after they got the third position, they have been retreated back to the fifth position by getting only 3 kills. And the domination by KM Brotherhood and 2B Gamers was at another level. Tonte Gamer, you talk about at the sixth spot, you have 6 ranking points, 1 kill points, and a total of 7 from their side.
I just hope that the other teams, the other Indian teams who have got down early in this game, I just hope that they will be able to bounce back in a very good way. I do understand that while we are vouching for teams from Nepal and Pakistan to perform well, they're going to be having a little bit of a hard time themselves because these teams are actually picking up the pace, and we are able to see that finally they are able to understand which player to actually take down. For now, CHEMIN Esports with just 1 kill for the first time, least number of kills from the side of CHEMIN Esports, 4 rank points is what they've attained. Total Gaming on the other side, even though Fozzy Ajay was entering in and taking down the side of Arrow Esports, he was restricted. Arrow Esports it was the Guardians and DADA Gang still going down. DADA Gang still not able to pick up pace. Really sorry for them. But ultimately, if they don't do it in the final game, then I don't think so they'll be able to even wake up when it comes to the final 2 games. The Guardians on the other side were the first team to get taken on with no kills. Total Gaming with 2+1, 3 points for themselves.
Well, well, well. Talk about orangutan. Today they have got 3 times the #2 missing booyahs back to back, back to back, back to back. Man, oh man, that is still why they're still standing at that position. Well, if you talk about the last two positions, 11th position for the other gang with only 1 point from this game and 0 points for the Guardians. So this time, Kemen Esports, Total Gaming, and Arrow Esports, yes, they haven't got the points that they wanted from the map of Purgatory. Well, Kalahari is again going to be for India, and that is for sure.
Let's see how things will turn out in the final map of the day, Mridul. So, what do you have to say about the game which has happened so far to see 3 flags in the bottom 6?
Well, India has been performing brilliantly, Urka, and we have seen that even if today they have got like one map going wrong for them, anything can change on the map of Kalahari. We see Kemen Esports at the 7th spot on the Purgatory map, but they are the kings of Kalahari. And today, the buoy that they got was on a map of Bermuda. So now that they have two strong maps, let's see what is going to happen in this one. Once again, definitely I have a question in my mind that the last map of the day is yet about to arrive. The situations have went good for each and every team or sometimes went bad.
Absolutely.
But when is the time that Pakistan region is going to once again arrive? The Purgatory map was good, but three of the Pakistan teams are still in the bottom half of the overall scoreboard. Scoreboard, sorry.
I don't think so. It's going to affect them, right? When they see their fellow player, countrymate actually performing well, they'll be like, if they can do it, we can also do it, and then they'll start to pick up the pace. And I do believe that in the map of Kalahari, since the momentum is actually built in by the side of Nepal and the Pakistan teams, they'll continue to do it, and they have an opportunity to do it as well. All they have to do is make sure that they step up in the beginning itself. KMBH, especially if they go into the blue zone, pick it up as quickly as possible, and then start to decimate with the right kind of rotation, they'll be able to do it as well. Finally, they've understood not being in only one spot is the best thing for any team to happen, and that is what they're trying to do. So ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very small and a bleak window for you guys to actually share it among your friends. Mridul, before we step into the map, which team do you think is going to dominate in the map of Kalahari?
Map of Kalahari, yes, it is going to be team of Kemen Esports for sure from the India side. But if we talk about the other regions, this time I'm going to go for the Pakistani regions, and that is going to be Team Hotshot.
Oh, Team HOTSHOT's a very, very wise choice coming in from your side. But somewhere I feel that it's going to be 2B gamers who might come in, when it comes to this game, because they also want that very badly in need of a booyah, right? They have understood that it's important for them to pick it up. As we'll be stepping into the map of Kalahari, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the final map of the day. And after this, we'll be left out with just 2 more days of the grand finale. So do not forget to subscribe to subscribe to this channel so that you can witness it out. This is Infinite Smartphone World Esports Cup Grand Finale Day 3, map number 18, and we'll be left out with another 12 maps in the rest 2 days.
Well, yes, as we see Total Gaming on towards the usual drops of Santa Catrina. Well, the flight path started from confinement, once again going towards the maze. So the flight path today on Kalahari has remained same. The teams will be going on their usual drops, where this time we are going to see 5 Murins having the chance of once again having that blue tier loot. Foundation is going to be the spot for the blue tier loot, and 5 Mutants is definitely going to enjoy it. So, Arka, can I change my team from HOTSHOT to 5 Mutants?
Obviously, you take your luck at this point of time. All teams require those, and ultimately they'll be able to do it. But 5 Mutants on the other side, they have one problem every single time. They rely on their assault too much, and that is why the team is not able to perform. And as soon as a person gets taken down, they try to push in blankly to pick him up, and that has not gone in their favor. But for now, Team DG, with Zuki coming back, I'm still not able to see any kind of differences for them. Santa Catrina completely taken by Total Gaming, and I do believe that Total Gaming have actually done the heavy lifting for the day. All they have to do is relax, get 10 points for themselves, end the day in a good note, so that tomorrow when they come back, they can start off again like how they have done today. And then in the final day, they can think about getting that championship in their name. So let's see how things will turn out towards the side of Shrines is going to be the HOTSHOTs.
Well. Talk about Team Arrow Esports. Arka, as we begin with the day number 3, we saw that Arrow Esports were performing brilliantly before the break. But after the break, what is going bad for them? 2 players back to back on the map number 2 and map number 3. And now it is a situation that they have formed and created on map 3 and map 4 that we never had a choice of picking them up on a map of Kalahari, where they got a booyah in game number 3.
I don't know how things are turned out for most of these teams, but I'm really worried for the side of Orangutan Elites because they're not having a very good game so far. They had got a very good average in the first few games, but now they're being surprised. Now the same concern was also towards the side of CHEMIN Esports, but suddenly they started to pick up pace and they put up some really good points. But yeah, the bigger picture for now is going to be the side of Pakistan and the Nepal chapters, right? So looking forward to see whether HOTSHOTs or probably 5 Mutants or even 2B gamers performing in this game. Things can be different, but KMBH on the other side, with the game going so well in the previous game and crosshairs already set, they can continue their domination in this game as well.
Well, yes, exactly. Domination is what you always talk about, Orga. And if you talk about the positioning, always choosing your usual drops, Team Hotshot, once again this time, is going to go towards the drop of Shrines. Well, if I remember previously on day number 2 on this very map number 6 of Kalahari, we saw an initial fight between Team DADA gang and if I remember it was Team Total Gaming that had made a decision to have an initial fight and that went pretty badly for them. But today when they have Fozzy Ajay, definitely those worst decisions won't be taken.
Absolutely, but now I know Team Hotshots are slowly using those launchers, trying to come in. I really like their approach in this game. They do not want to get to the center of the map. They want to slowly make it inside. The first circles or the first 2 circles is not what you want to get into the centers. But one thing is for sure, right? I want to check which team will actually rotate from their position and try to get the center of the circle as quickly as possible. Because ultimately, we have been seeing in the map of Purgatory and in the Bermuda that has been working out. For CHEMIN Esports on the other side, they have been holding that refinery. They hold on to that refinery because that's the spot you want to be. I've never seen the zone get away from it all the time, but every time they got away from it, they somehow find their way into the middle of the circle. So this game, let's see whether CHEMIN Esports will be able to do another wonder when it comes to the map of Kalahari.
Well, yes, exactly, because yesterday they also ended on a good note, and this time, as soon as they came in after a break, they had an amazing win on the map of Bermuda. Look at that, we already heard the siren. It's been 5 minutes, but it's the map of Kalahari, not Bermuda or Purgatory, that we are going to wait for 9 minutes for the first circle to form. And there you go, TONDE Gamer arriving on Santa Catarina. That's a surprise that we are hearing from their side. And Fozzy Ajay already taken down. Oh my god, what is happening here as now Total Gaming is only having 3 players remaining for them.
Absolutely, there's one more player above the ship. Now he's going to be the next target for the side of TONDE Gamers, right? So it's going to be Mafia trying to come around, trying to, make sure that he falls back immediately. But I don't know whether the TONDE Gamers is going to allow it, because the way they came in and immediately took down the key player, they've understood that they've done the damage against the side of Total Gaming. So they want to push back. Now Mafia is pretty much, in a very, very safe position. Now they have a very good cover fire coming in from 2 different directions, but Crypty on the other side sees him, tries to land some bullets, and he doesn't find him properly behind the stones. He's got to tell his teammates that he's over there, try to take him out. Now Luri comes out in the open. He has to watch out for Delete from the left, who might do the shots against him. Now Mafia is pretty much in trouble. He's going to burn out all his resources, gets taken down. This is the opening which they were looking out for. But on the other side, look at that. Arrow picks up that kill away from them.
Oh, Arrow, that was so bad. With that third party, now Arrow is going to get a frag on Team Total Gaming as Mafia also gets eliminated, and Arrow now wants those initial fights once again back into the action with those early fights. Yes, now Arrow is up for some early rotations.
Absolutely, my TONDE Gamers, what a surprise they've thrown in against the side of Total Gaming. I don't know whether they'll be able to digest this out. They've also done the damage against them, but one thing is for sure, they're still scouting around, coming from the corners. Now Total Gaming also have a view or an idea of what's happening over here, and so will Arrow. Arrow is supposed to be. Arrow also wanted to tag off probably the side of Total Gaming, and that's why they came in over here. But ultimately, we all know that it's going to be Arrow trying to push in and try to decimate the complete squad of Total Gaming, because they are the only hindrance clearance in front of them. It's important for you to take down any team in front of you to make it on the top of the table, and Arrow is on the verge of doing that. Now, Arrow trying to push in and trying to restrict the second team as well, or probably trying to make it inside the circle. Mafia Bala will be trying to play it as safe as possible, and I would like to say this in the map of Kalahari, when Mafia Bala has stayed alive, he's carried his team until the final circle, and let's see whether he'll be able to do it over here as well.
Well. Moving forward, Arrow Esports once again making some good decisions that, yes, they were having some initial fights, they were getting those frags, but no, on the Mammoth, we are going to see 2B gamers, KM Brotherhood, and Team Legend Style Esports in a 3-way frontal battle as Drago GRG with a Parapult Spray is going to be so much damaging. 2 players, 1 player knocked out, already confirmed, and there goes another knock. Drago GRG is being too aggressive, and already the vehicles have been busted.
Absolutely, 7 grenades is what he's holding. So if they come into the final moments, we know what it can be. Legend Style gets eliminated. Not the kind of start they were looking forward for. 2B gamers at Mammoth has picked up 3 frags for themselves. KMBH on the other side have got 1, and they're holding on to their nerve. They want to hold this position as long as possible because the zone is absolutely favoring them in all look and corners. They have to only look out for the side of CHEMIN Esports from the top, as well as 5 mutants who might come in from the from above. But I can see one team next to the Pakistan flag on the top of our screen. That is one team trying to come in as late as possible. I don't know who it is, but ultimately I think it's the HOTSHOT who will be trying to come in very late into the circle. TONDE gamers are also making it inside. So the side of Total Gaming already out, and the side of OGs are also being tagged at this point of time. The Indian teams are actually being the next target for all these teams.
Well, look at Team Total Gaming. Now is the time that they have been made silent till the end circle. Just stay at your positions. Well, it's DADA Gang now arriving at the position of Mammoth. Well, they had left Mammoth a long time ago, but 2B Gamers is again here to welcome them.
Absolutely. Now this fight is what we shouldn't expect to happen over here, because ultimately we all know that, you know, Team 2B gamers are trying to cook up a grenade against Zuki. Zuki will be in a lot of trouble. 150 damage is what he's got. One more bullet will be more than enough, but Drago gets tagged out. This is why I said this fight shouldn't happen. Drago might be the player who might get bleeded out over here. They need this player to stay alive as long as possible, and a push comes in from the side of Poison, takes down Stalker as well. Now the 2B gamers are losing one player at a time. It's going to be much more easier as Novi is going to be landing a bullet as well. DADA Gang slowly picking up the pace. The last man standing for the side of 2B gamers will be eliminated. And 2B gamers, goodbye for them.
Triple kill.
A goodbye for them, and now they're on the verge because of this game they could have been there at the 5th or the 6th position, but Arca eliminating them at the 11th spot. DADA Gang makes sure that this is the time 2B Gamer gets on the verge to be there in the bottom half of the overall scorecard. DADA Gang getting those 4 frags. The fights haven't stopped because 5 mutants are still near about the drop of Mammoth, and a fight beginning between HOTSHOT and KMBH has already started. There you go, the shots getting connected. KMBH Deepu gets a knock on HSRS.
I do believe that KMBH have understood how to play this game. Nobi gets taken down, not the right kind of opening. Nobi confirmed. Now is the point of concern for the side of KMBH. Now they can be a little bit passive. Now we can see that HOTSHOTs are trying to push in, taking down one more player. Sangam gets taken down. Deepu on the other side takes down Sikka. Now we have to see whether KMBH will be able to recover from this, as HOTSHOT will be trying to do their best. Now Deepu takes down Sikka, completely erases him as well. Now Deepu wants to push out, tries to give the right kind of opening. HOTSHOTs will be left out with one last player, as Ashu will be eliminated as well. KMBH, after losing Nobi, still trying to, you know, stick together, trying to do their best. But ultimately the most important point is this: with the loss of Nobi, how will things turn out for the side of KMBH, as Shovel, the last man standing, trying to run around, will be almost tagged off and mostly cleared out as well, as 5 mutants with 3 men in this game will be trying to run away from the spot. The Guardians versus OGs, as OGs are dominating against them.
Look at that, Radhe Thakur getting a knock on 5 mutants to face, as the Guardians are already busy fighting another team, that is OG Elite. RDP gets a knock on Seth, Killer gets a knock on Curry, and OG Elite is on the verge of eliminating Team DG. Yes, they will, with a 1 versus 2 from Killer and a 1 versus 2 by the side of RDP. They're going to revive their teammate Pahadi, and OG Elite eliminates the Guardians at the 10th spot.
I mean, the unnecessary fights yet again being taken by most of these teams. Now, KMBH can actually gatekeep the side of TGs, right? Or OGs, right? Now, I want to see whether Aizen will be able to perform a really good one. Total Gaming on the other side, as I said, with these two men standing, they can do wonders. Now, at the same time, they're coming in close towards the side of Team DADA Gang. Not the best way to be. Radha Taku comes in a bit more closer, takes down the player of 5 mutants. They'll be left out with one last player. Now, as I said, that OGs are making it inside the circle. We saw that there were players getting taken down. KM Brotherhood becomes the team who will be the top kill leaders. Now, they have got more kills in the name, which we can expect them to have. Now, I know that, OG's damage has already been done. Arrow on the other side still alive, confirming kills against them. Now, Arrow kills Tanjiro, and I do believe that, this is going to be ending up bad for the side of 5 mutants, as Radhitaka will be holding that final bullet against him, and that's a shutout for the side of 5 mutants.
Radhe Thakur on the verge of getting that triple kill. Yes, he will, as Anand gets knocked by that AWM on the enemy team. 5 seconds remaining. Climb up on your vehicles. Go forward for the next circle, because the next circle is favoring no team, and all the teams need to arrive in the circle. HOTSHOT making that move in a running vehicle, getting that headshot connected. Anand gets HOTSHOT out of the game. The last 4 teams, CHEMIN Esports, KM Brotherhood, team number 1, Arrow Esports, and one more team are the last 4 teams surviving. And there you go, DADA Gang Dookie gets a knock from KMBH Sangam. Anand, getting those headshots connected from AWM. CHEMIN Esports is about to eliminate Arrow at the 4th spot.
Absolutely, but at the same time, we are able to see that CHEMIN Esports is having the best spot in the house, and now suddenly everything is going in the hands of Arrow. Now KMBH have to take a rotation. They do not have vehicles in their hand. They're going to be in the crosshairs of CHEMIN Esports as well. Radhe Thakur with the hand cannons, we can see that he's trying to push in against the side of Arrow RNS, and that has landed perfectly. The second one probably will be going right into his face, but ultimately I don't know what he's defusing behind those 2 places. Now a push comes in from the side of CHEMIN Esports, trying to hold the center of the circle. The final 2 teams can be KMBH as well as CHEMIN Esports. But one beautiful part about CHEMIN Esports is that Anand's sniping is still not stopping. He's putting out bodies every single time. Now he's restricting KMBH from making it inside the circle. But team number 11, what did I speak about this one man staying alive until the final circle? He's carried his teammate over here. Now let's see whether he'll be able to convert this into a 2v2 and get that booyah for the team. Now KMBH versus the side of CHEMIN Esports. Sangan trying to push in as much as possible in a very, very wrong position is what CHEMIN Esports are. And we're able to see that KM Brotherhood gets eliminated in the 3rd position. And look at who is there. It's going to be Kakle from the side of the, DADA Gang trying to get those placement points. Once he gets taken down, Kakle can actually do a 1v2. We have seen this person capable of it. It's going to be 2 grenades which has been cooking at this point of time. I don't think so it's going to be easy, as Radhe Thakur is still alive. That M18 gets a bit more closer. Coming in from the other angle, will be landing the final bullet probably. And it's going to be Wizardo doing the job for the team.
Well, yes, Kakli was able to get 2 knocks on Team CHEMIN Esports, but now we have Anand, the sniper man on the map of Kalahari, as the MVP for the match number 18. And CHEMIN Esports has got the victory on the map of Kalahari. Once again, the Kings of Kalahari are back. This time, not a refinery, but on the grounds of Mammoth, that they have got a victory for themselves. Well, this was the time that we see 2 Indian teams getting 2 booyahs on a single day.
Absolutely, and at least expected teams they were, right? KMBH on the other side was the only team who could do the magic. So let's count it out. Let's put 2 booyahs going in for CHEMIN Esports, if I'm not wrong. One was coming in from the map of Bermuda, one from Kalahari. So KM Brotherhood took 1, and then we had Arrow picking up the first two, and Total Gaming picking up one for themselves. So all these things said and done, it's going to be the complete domination coming in from the side of Indian chapters yet again. We have to see who's going to be on the top of the table. Let's not forget that one game of KMBH getting that booyah, and then continuing from there on to get some good averages even in this game. If KMBH had performed like this from the beginning, they could have also challenged the side of 2B gamers as well as the Indian teams on the top of the table. And I do believe that now the differences are not going to be that great. But CHEMIN Esports would have put a very, very good difference by the end of today. From tomorrow, as I said, we can expect the teams bottom trying to come and challenge the teams on the top on their drop locations, trying to weaken them and give an opportunity for their countrymates to actually go in for the title. If that happens, that is going to create history over here at World Esports Cup.
Well, definitely that is going to create a history for the World Esports Cup. Today, we just analyzed that Indian teams have been pretty much amazing with their gameplay. KM Brotherhood, yes, they have got a booyah, yes, they have got kills, and the last match also went good for them. But Urka, we discussed about 5 maps. We started with the side of Purgatory map, where KM Brotherhood got a booyah. Then on the map of Kalahari, they performed great. Tomorrow, if KM Brotherhood, I am making a statement right now. Tomorrow, if KM Brotherhood, the first 3 maps that they have, the first 3 maps, if they're going to perform in those, yes, KM Brotherhood is going to be there in the top 5. And that is my statement for each and everyone.
Yeah, I don't know how that is going to turn out for the side of KM Brotherhood, right? Because I know Nobi is doing the job for the team, but let's not forget that 2B gamers would have strategized really well because they have got an average over here. They do not want to lose the top 6 positions because ultimately, at least they want to be in the top 3. And that is the kind of mindset I've been seeing coming in from the side of 2B gamers. Now, Pakistan, they have nothing to lose. So, Pakistan, most of the teams have nothing to lose. So, from tomorrow, they'll be like, Arey bhai, I don't care if I'm losing my teammates. I'm just going to go and assault all the teammates, weaken all the teams. So I'm going to sit back and watch. We are going to be the king makers from tomorrow is what the mindset they'll be coming in. So let's see whether that is going to be the way, as now we'll be stepping in to see the map-wise scorecard. We all know which team secured the booyah, the second one for the day. They'll be really happy with the points they'll be able to put up. But at the same time, really, really well played is going to be one other team. That is going to be KMBH. But let's not forget that it was a Legend Style also doing a lot of job today. So they have also done an amazing job. They've got 9 in one game, they've got 6 in one game. Now they would have put another 5 to 6 in this game as well. So an average of 23 is what we can expect from them by the end of the day.
But once again, we have 3 Indian flags in the map by scoreboard on the first chart. CHEMIN Esports with 12 ranking points, 12 kills from this game. And for a change, we have a new MVP, and that was Anand, the man with the sniper. 24 points from a single game. DADA Gang with the second position, 9 ranking points, 7 kills, a total of 16 from the game number 18. KM Brotherhood with 15 points, same amount of kills, but 1 position point less. Tomorrow, DADA Gang definitely have performed great, but I think it's too late for them even after they have got 16 kill points. It's about 2B gamers and KM Brotherhood, the first 3 games. If they do it, yes, they are still going to be there in the top 5, or either it's the Indian region, according to me, who is going to get the title. Talk about the 4th spot, Arrow Esports with 7 ranking points, 5 kill points, a total of 12 from the last game. Orangutan Elite once again making that consistency and still staying there on their position of #1, having 10 points from the game number 18. Team HOTSHOT from the Pakistani region. Yes, this is one of the teams from Pakistan region. Well, if we talk about Pakistan region, 3 teams are once again going to be staying in the bottom half. But, Arka, you said 4 to 5 points from this game. Legend Style from this game haven't even picked 1 point. Tonde Gamer getting 4 at the 7th spot. 8th position for Team 5 Mutants with 4 points. 9th position for Team 2B Gamers with only 3 kill points. Total Gaming getting 2 ranking points from the game number 18. The Guardians with only 1. And Legend Style Esports with 0 points from the last game.
I mean, I expected them to at least have 2 to 3, because at one point of time I saw Legend Style was actually pushing in to one of those circles which they were capable of. But I think it was the five mutants or probably some other team which came in. Ultimately, they challenged the side of elites over there, orangutan elites. I don't know who they were, but I really thought that they were the team. To be gamers again getting suppressed in this game. There was a point where they were looking really strong. Now that gives an opportunity for the all four Indian teams to be on the top four positions, and I do believe that they will love to go forward and get it. But yeah, at the same time, let's see how things will turn out, as we are able to we'll be coming it to that point of time in a day. But I know that it's going to be a little sad for the deaths to actually go away, but at the same time, the overall points table which is going to be coming in is going to put some smiles on the fans as well as on us, because ultimately there were some good games being played. The team on the top is obviously going to be CHEMIN Esports. 200 point has been reached by two teams over here. The one is going to be CHEMIN Esports, the other is going to be Orangutan Elite. Thanks to the rank points they have gained so far, 115 and 119. Orangutan has better rank points, but ultimately it's a killing spree coming in from the side of CHEMIN Esports. 92 points is what they've got. Just imagine, 8 points away from 3 pointers of kill points themselves. To be gamers is going to be still keeping the hopes high for the side of the Nepal chapter. 182 points, just 18 points away from getting into the top position, or probably 18 plus 7 is what they would want. Arrow Esports being completely suppressed with Total Gaming. Obviously, Arrow Esports, even though they got the first two booyahs, it's just that after that they were not getting an average of 5 to 10, due to which they get hold off. So 179 points is what Arrow is having. Total Gaming with sub 173 points. So I don't think so that it's gonna be easy for the side of To Be Gamers or Arrow Esports or Total Gaming or Legend Style to catch up to CHEMIN Esports or Orangutan. Now the fight between these two teams is to watch out for. Any time CHEMIN Esports and Orangutan get taken down, the others are gonna take advantage of it.
Man, I'm really bad at math. Missing out by 3 points. Yes, Orangutan Elite is going to be dethroned from their position by just 3 points, because Kevin Esports today got two puyas, and I had to keep that in my mind. I'm losing out on my memory. Well, if you talk about the difference, Arka, the top two has already made a difference of, mind you, 22 points. I'm counting. I'm not counting the 25 pointer, but I'm counting the 22 points of difference between 2B gamers and the other team. Talk about the other chart on the overall scorecard. We are going to have KM Brotherhood with 153 points, then a 30-point difference from Team Hotshot. They are going to have 123 points. Now it is getting revealed. I was going to say Arka, and now I think you'll be quite sure about my point why I said that. Because look at the differences forming between these teams. Then you have a 13-point difference. DADA Gang is there at the 9th position. Then you have an 11-point difference that you have 5 mutants at the 10th position. After that, the bottom three, they might be changed among themselves, but I think they are going to remain there. 5 mutants, the Guardians, and Team Tonde Gamer. Only and only, but wonders will change it.
I don't know how things are going to turn out, my friend, but ultimately I know this, that, there's still a ray of hope left out for the side of KM Brotherhood, right? 50 points is what they want. Tomorrow, from the get-go, if they start to secure first 3 booyahs and then put an average of 15 in every game, they will be having a fight to the top title. But ultimately, from for the side of Team Hotshots, Dada Gang, 5 mutants, they have to think of a miracle. But for the Guardians and Tonde Gamers, I don't think so it's going to be easy for them to pick up any more from here on. All they have to is rely on getting at least the top, the rest of the championship titles. They still have a few of the other pickings. I think till the 7th or the 8th position is where you'll be securing some money for yourselves. That is where they'll be aiming at. Not being on the bottoms is what it'll be ultimately. But all these things said and done, I want to say one good thing over here is that every single team is trying their best to be on the top. And ultimately, the teams which are actually taking it seriously is CHEMIN Esports and the side of Orangutan Elites. And I do believe that, if they continue to play the same way they have done so far, the final match of the day will be so close that you and me will have to go in for an ENT after the finale.
Yes, exactly. Giving a huge shout out to our sponsors. Thank you so much, Infinix Smartphones and India Today Gaming, for organizing this beautiful, beautiful tournament that we are casting right now. Also, thanking us, our radio partner, Ish 104.8 FM, for being a part of this journey. Platonia Esports for always bringing out the best production that we as casters and the audiences can witness. Yes, we are signing off for the day, and we'll be right back with the day number 4 of Grand Finals tomorrow. Stay tuned. Yes, we are going to be back with day number 4.